Welcome, guys. It's another episode of The Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover.
It's Big Lex, and today we have a special guest joining us, a distinguished sports broadcaster and journalist known for his insightful boxing analysis and dynamic commentary, with an impressive career at TalkSport, Sky Sports and DAZN. He covered major sporting events around the globe and has hosted top-rated sports shows. Please join me in welcoming one of our own, my Nigerian brother, Ade Oladipo.
Welcome, guys. It's another episode of The Neutral.
Yeah, it's true. I love the way you do bar instead of po. My mum gets so upset when she hears me say Ade Oladipo. She's like, Takumba, say your name properly. Give them the full pronunciation of your name. I was like, Mum, but they're not going to be able to say it correctly. It doesn't matter. Thank you for the introduction, bro. It's good to be here finally. I've been watching you guys for a minute, so I had to kind of force my way into the chair. I like the way you got the throne out as well for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to sit in a normal chair. So I appreciate the love. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Dan. That was Dan. Cause I was like, put him on that chair over there.
Nah. The Chester thing. And they pulled up on me at the Baturbia Bivol press conference. I said, "What? You got Bear Man coming on your team?" Oh, well, obviously not in those words. I'm just paraphrasing.
Kind of really was those words of it.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to keep you corporate.
No, kind of was those words.
He said, when am I coming on the show? So I was like, oh, sort it out. Then we saw in Saudi. Then you reminded me again. I was like, all right, he said, we've got to get this done. So,
and by the way, it was good to see you in Saudi as well. Obviously, look, ultimately, we didn't get, and I say we because I'm team Craig Richards, we didn't get the result we wanted, but still just to be out there for a big one, to see you in the corner. There was times when I was watching the fight and I was watching you, and I was watching the fight and I was watching you, especially when it wasn't going our way. I was just looking at you. Like, brother, you better say something, I know Shane McGuigan's there, but you need to jump in front of Shane and say something to Craig. Honestly, let them hands go. Like sometimes you can get all technical. I was like, just tell him to have a fight. I wanted to scream. I was looking at you like, please turn around, tell him to have a fight.
It's hard because I don't want to be John Fury.
I don't
want to be that guy.
I know.
But thank you for coming on.
Not at all, man. Thanks for having me.
This is a time as people might not know your full journey into your ascension into, all the accolades Lex read out. So what we do, we like to start from the beginning.
Cool.
See, and then got to go from there. So let everybody know where you grew up, where your family's from, etc. Where was you born?
Cool. So born in Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria, a place called Ogun State in Nigeria. So Abeokuta. Ogun State, Abeokuta. So I was born there, and I came here when I was 18 months. And then I was fostered with a white family. So I was fostered with a white family in Brighton until I was just shy of my 9th birthday.
So that was part of the farming type in the
farming.
70s.
It's funny because actually my sister on that was actually approached because there was a documentary / film made about farming.
Yes.
Might have been about 4 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago. My sister was actually approached to be in it, but she declined to be in it. I would have gone on. I would have just told my piece on it.
They're even doing it a storyline on EastEnders about it.
Are they?
Yeah.
I ain't watched EastEnders for a minute.
Yeah.
I ain't watched it since Phil and Grant days, so I need to kind of get back on it.
Even Cass Pennant, he was that film Cass. That was about that as well.
Yeah, and it's some people have been unlucky with it. Some people have had sort of
bad experiences.
Yeah, very bad experiences. I can't say enough about my experience. My experience was the best experience. I loved it, honestly.
Are you still in contact with them?
I am. I'm still in contact with all of them. There's so many. I mean, they're probably the first people when I put something up on Facebook to like always respond and like and da-da-da-da. And they send me old pictures of myself as well, like with a boxing glove, things I can't remember. And I'm like, huh? So where does this come from? But they're amazing. They're amazing. And the lady who I call my nan, Maureen, she must be like 80 something now, maybe approaching 90. And it's funny because I remember as a young person, I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember as a young person going to like what they used to call back in the day discos. I remember her getting dressed up in leather jacket, going to discos with her friends. She obviously in her 40s then. And now to see her old, I mean, we haven't got time in it. You know when we think we've all got time?
Yeah.
But to see her old now is crazy. But she had like, she was with a black guy. That was her first husband. So she had like mixed race kids. Yeah. And I was lucky enough to be with one of her kids called Finny. It was basically my auntie who, I'm very fortunate actually, because growing up with Finny, everything in the household was Sade, Shaka Khan. It was early hip hop. So I grew up already knowing the culture. Although I wasn't in a cultured family, I was kind of, being brought up white, but I was in the culture because of her.
Yes.
So my transition, if you like, back to like black people was quite smooth and easy. Whereas others that have maybe been through the foster system with white people, maybe that transition for them has been very difficult. Yes. Because they're trying to find their culture because they didn't have it from the ages of 1 to 10. But I kind of had it early, so I was okay.
Yeah. So for instance, the people like Brian Bellew, Herbie Hyde, John Fashion, who just to name a few. So what was the transition like back to London?
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
So I'm guessing you went from the bangers and mash to the
pounded jam, egusi, spice that I was sweating. And my mum was like, eat it. But you know what, it's funny, because obviously my mum used to come and see us every 3-4 months. My mum would come from either London or Nigeria to come and see us. And when she would come, it would be like the best day of my life. Just because she would take me and my big sister who was with me to Brighton Beach and would go and play on the beach. She would get wimpy, would play arcade machines. So in my head, if I've got that full time, it's going to be the greatest. I think, my God, I can't wait to.
Wimpy was big.
Wimpy was amazing back then. That's before there was like a worm story. Remember there was a story of a worm in a burger that ended. But so when I got back to London and I got my first lick, I was like, Jesus Christ. I'd never been hit by the white people. It was like, go to your room. Go to your room, Ade.
Stop it.
Go to your room. So when my mom hit me, I was like, honestly, it was traumatizing. I can look back now and laugh, but that time, that year and a half to kind of understand, okay, this is my mum, this is how strict she was, wasn't easy for me. My big sister kind of went through it quick for some reason. She kind of adjusted quick because she was a bit, I was quite soft. So I was like, this is tough.
Were you the baby in the house?
I was initially, and then I've got two younger sisters who came after. Okay. But I was like, yo, what's this? You know, I even tried to run away once. Like, I'm coming back to Brighton. And they're like, no, you stay there. You stay there. We moved on already.
So then what was school life like? Like, what type of student was you? Was you like a bright student?
I was very bright. Primary school, because I'd done like 2 more years of primary school before secondary school in London. The primary school, very bright. I was very good at maths. And then secondary school, very bright as well. I was into football, so I played football a lot. So I played for like my county, Essex schools.
What position are you?
Striker.
Yeah.
So I was in Essex schools with like John Terry, Bobby Zamora, Patrick Adjaman. So I thought I was going to be a footballer. Okay. And it just didn't work out. You know, like we would like to say, oh, blame, but just wasn't good enough ultimately.
Yeah.
So football was my thing. So I did okay GCSEs. And then college is where it just kind of took a left turn. College took a left turn, I ain't even going to lie. Because it was obviously, I went to all boys school in college. It's mixed.
Yeah. What school was that?
I went to Rokeby School in Stratford. That's our point because where we're filming, it's literally just over there.
Okay, come on.
And then I went to Leighton Sixth Form College and things just went boom.
Okay.
Went bad.
Do you have a reason for that? Or was it distractions or monetary? What was the reason why you think you couldn't concentrate in Sixth Form?
I think college, it is. Yeah, that was Leighton Sixth Form College as well. Yeah, so it was Sixth Form. I think maybe a couple of reasons. School, we were in uniform. So you know what you're wearing. It's black trousers, trainers, white shirt, maybe a blazer early, but that goes eventually. In college, you have to find clothes to wear. My mum, tried her hardest, but in the house at the time, there was 6 of us. So my dad wasn't around, so my mum can't get us all clothes and all nice stuff to wear.
Every day,
different clothes. It's impossible. And everyone back then was wearing off-key Moschino, Iceberg. So I had to find I cared more about what I looked like and finding that money to dress than I did about college and studying sometimes.
Yeah.
Because all the boys at the time, there was a few boys that are, you know, doing things they shouldn't do, and they would turn up in like Valentinos. Bizarre. I was like, yo, Patrick Cox. And I was like, this is mad.
100%.
I thought this is crazy. I need to find a way. So I started doing things I shouldn't do just to enable myself to look good for college. Yeah, so that's kind of how it worked for me. That was where it kind of just went. And my mum was upset, like, because, you know, I was doing A-levels, I was doing accounts, IT, and economics. And for the first maybe 6 months, I was very good. Yeah. I was very good. And then it just fucking went downhill.
So was it like you started seeing girls in the common room?
Girls in the common room. My best friend, who's passed away now, Olu Alagbaju, he was from Hackney. So then I started rolling with him a bit too much.
Mashtown.
Yeah. Started rolling with him a bit too much. And then he was just, it wasn't a bad influence on me. I'm old enough myself. But I was, rather than studying, I like, what are we doing? Where we going? And like, lessons at 3, let's go here at 2:30. We'll get back in time. We never got back in time. And so, yeah, that just became my life. And I was just chilling with them. And A-levels just went by the side. And it was funny, there was one girl called Cassandra who I used to go to church with. And she would always like, come on, man, study. And I'm like, oh, now wait, man, I'm going this way. And we would be in the same church on Sunday, and our parents would speak like we're both glowing students, not knowing I ain't doing shit. Like she's the glowing student. I think she went on to be something in medicine anyway. I think a pharmacist. So she done well with herself. But I just went that way, and then I just couldn't claw it back. And even when it came to exams, I was like, I know I could do like. But then I looked at the paper, and you know when you know you don't know the answer to any of these things. I was like, we're in trouble. And then my A-level results came. My mum said, get out. And that was it, went out.
Okay.
But why do you think she told you to get out? Is it because she felt betrayed, felt like she's been lied to all this time?
Betrayed. Betrayed, disappointed. My 2 older brothers weren't great at all. They had their own issues on the roads. My sister, who is an amazing mum. That's funny because my sister had her first kid when she was 16. And obviously that means she didn't go to college. But it's weird how back then that was so young, and it is still young. It's ridiculously young. She knows that. But her relationship with her daughter is incredible. They're almost like sisters. So it's weird how it's worked out in the end. But so, yeah, she had a daughter. My brother's in and out of jail. So I was the hope. I was the guy that was smart. GCSEs were fantastic. Surely I'm going to be the one that's going to make this Nigerian name reign in university, not knowing that your son is not doing what he should be doing.
Do you think, in our culture, the Nigerian background, there's too much emphasis on education, or like this to be end all? Because like I remember like being in my mate's house, and my dad wasn't around, but his dad was, and then I remember he's like, "Oh, you don't want to do education? Go and do a trade. You want to be a stupid? Go and do a trade." It's like they frown upon the trades, like plumbers, gas engineer, electricians, but there's just so much emphasis on education. But do you think that's a problem that we have in our culture?
Yes and no, you know, because now that my wings have spread a little bit, and I'm around people that have education. I feel like it gives them such a jump start. I feel like without education, you can still make it, but I do feel like you play catch up. And I feel like an education, a good education, is a massive jump start. And it almost breaks this curse that we have where we don't get master's degrees. Like when I have kids, I want them to do education. It's not going to be by force the way African parents do, or even West Indian parents. But I do think an education is important. I'm quite fortunate that what I'm doing now, but it took me, I'm 43. I was working for Islington Council up until I was 35, 34. Dude, if I had education, I wouldn't have been in that job. And everyone around me, hopefully they don't mind me saying this, didn't have education, all in that council job earning 30, 40 grand a year thinking this is incredible because we didn't have education. Whereas the people above us that are on 6 figures all had education. So I don't know, I look back and I think that, I think education is important. maybe not as important now because people are doing things like,
social media.
Social media has become so big, right? But even with education, you'd be surprised how education will help you jumpstart that as well.
Yes.
So, I don't know. I kind of battle with it. Though for many years I thought education, but I do think it's important.
Yeah.
I do think it can come in good when you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, like even now, I know we're going to go back and forth, but even me as a broadcaster now, there's sometimes I watch other broadcasters and I feel like I don't have the English language to say what I want to say sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
The vernacular.
Yeah, the vernacular. I don't have it. And I'm looking at some of these other broadcasts, I'm like, jeez, how did he even think of that word? Because I'm struggling to find the proper word. And I just realized these people have done English language courses, they've done, all that, and I just don't have that. So as much as I've done well to get where I've got without education, sometimes I do feel like if I had a little English degree here, I could be competing with all of these people at a higher level because I feel like it holds me back sometimes.
Okay. So you said that you got kicked out, you ended up in a hostel.
Yeah.
So what was your mindset and what did you do from there? Because you're now
know?
in a sticky place.
You really want to know?
Well, this is the place. This is the neutral corner.
This is neutral corner. Brother, So I got to this hostel. My best friend, Michael, lived in this hostel. And he lived in this hostel with his younger brother, who was 15. Michael at the time was 19. And I was like, dude, I have nowhere to go. Mum's kicked me out. So I stayed with him in this hostel. So this was a hostel called Focus E15. I think it's still there. I think it's changed into something else now. I think it's like a mothers and daughters unit or something. But back then, this was a very violent hostel. I'm not even it was very violent. So it was for 18 to 24-year-olds that have either come out of jail, are homeless. So it's a mix of just all different nonsense. Like no one's in there with a college education. Put it that way. You know what I mean? No one in there working. Everyone's doing something they shouldn't do. It had security at the door, this hostel, because people would obviously try and get people in to sleep in their flats with them. So for the first year in the hostel, you're doing nothing. If I'm honest with you, you're drinking, you're partying, some are selling drugs, some are doing fraud, whatever you've got to do, you're doing.
To survive, yeah.
Yeah. Signing on, job center, you collecting that little gyro. Back then it was, you had to collect it. I don't know if it's direct into your account now, but back then it was, you had to go post office.
Oh, yeah.
And they made it so embarrassing because the job center is right on Stratford High Street. So people would see you go in the job center. So that almost made you not want to go in anymore because my time was 12:30 to sign on in the job center. I'm like, these people have done this on purpose. So eventually you have to find other ways to make money. So yeah, I was doing that for about a year, just doing nonsense. I can't lie to you. Drinking every day. Yeah, girls were coming to the room. It felt like this is great.
Yeah, at the time.
It felt like it was, honestly, it was amazing. And then people's doors are getting kicked down. It became a bit violent. And then I thought, okay, I need to do something, find a job to get out of this place. But I just couldn't get a job. You know when you start doing those like telephone sales calls, selling double glazing, those stupid knocking on people's doors, trying to sell them something, cold calls.
I worked for Kitchens Directing up in Whittam once upon a time. Yeah, that was just.
I worked for a company called Pitney Bowes, Whittam.
Essex.
Oh, okay.
Deep Essex, where we shouldn't be Essex.
Yeah.
I done like a thing called Pitney Bowes where I'd sell this, it's called a franking machine, where it would enable you to print and put your logo on on envelopes. I did that. And I was like, oh my God, brother. And then I was like, I can't do this nonsense. And then I went back to doing things I shouldn't do. And then just did that for ages. Then got a council flat out of the hostel in Stratford, right next to Westfield. I remember at the time I got it and I was like, I can't be in Stratford still. I wanted to get out, but it's quite lucky now that I bought it and the price has gone up a bit. But back then I was like, I don't want to be in Stratford still. And then I got that. And then I got a job at Islington Council.
Okay.
Like a proper job. Wasn't great money. At the time, it was like 18 grand a year. But I was like, everyone tells me council jobs are jobs for life. And then that kind of changed everything for me. I stopped doing nonsense and I just kind of and then just settled down.
In the midst of all this, you're telling us how your relationship with your mum, was it repaired or? No. I love my mum to death, like to death. Like even in my fortunate position now, like for me, the only person I want to help is my mum.
just because I remember when my mum was like, when there was like 6 of us in the house, so 2 older brothers, me and 3 sisters, 1 older sister, 2 younger. My mum every morning, we mistreated my mum, man. My mum every morning would put pocket money down. So it would be like, my brother would get like £2. It sounds like nothing now, but back then it was a lot.
Big money.
£2, 70p, 50. I remember one day, I remember it because it stuck with me. Like, she's supposed to leave me £1. I think she wrote my name and it was like 75p or something. And I remember I went mad. I remember I got upset, like, oh, this is a joke.
For 25p.
So like, just for 25p different, you know, I got upset because I remember, you know why? Because £1 was chicken and chips. So I knew at lunchtime I could get chicken and chips with £1.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've got to ask my friends for 25p. I didn't want that position. But I remember thinking, my mum has been doing that. She did that for years. And I remember when I was dead broke, I couldn't find a penny for myself, thinking, how the hell did my mum look after 6 of us, all clothed? It wasn't like she was in some big job, you know. My mum was one of those night nurses that used to look after elderly people.
Okay.
So it wasn't like she was in a big job. Care worker.
Yeah, my mum was on that.
Everyone done that, right? And I don't know how she did it. Like, clothed us, fed us. So now I give my mum everything. So although it's still kind of a strained relationship because of how it was when I was young, like everything. Everything, whatever she wants.
So I see, you said earlier your brothers, they went into jail and are they still inside? Or?
What kind of bird is this?
What do you mean? It's not long stretch. He said,
that one.
No long stretch. They were just doing stuff they shouldn't have done, but it wasn't big.
What would you say? Petty crime or not petty crime or petty sentences?
Semi-petty.
Yeah,
Small
small
stuff.
Small stuff. Something to put the bread and milk in the fridge.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
No,
we're good.
Okay, yeah, let's jump off that. Yeah. So then you got a job at so how did you get into like journalism and into Arise News?
Brother, right. Oh wow, you proper done your research.
Oh, master aficionado.
Brother, all right. So brother, Arise News was so random, and this is kind of what started the chain of where I am now. So me and my friend Ryan Racing had a YouTube channel.
What was that called?
Box Talk.
Okay.
Box Talk.
I remember that.
Yeah. I loved it, man. Box Talk was crazy. So me and Ryan, this is a long story, but I don't mind. I can stay here for hours. Yeah. So me and Ryan had a channel called Box Talk, and it was all Ryan in the sense that Ryan was definitely the hardcore boxer. I met Ryan at Islington Council. And then one day he's talking boxing, and you try and jump in, and I realized, raw, this man knows way more than I did. Let me kind of push back a little bit. But then he would always have nights at his house where he'd put out drink, he would cook up the food, and we would be there so we'd plan it. We'd go to a club. There was a club, I can't remember, it was on Hoe Street in Walthamstow. We'd go there, and that would finish at 2-3, and then we'll go back to his house because the American fights would start at 5 in the morning. Yeah, if they're Vegas fights.
Vegas.
So we would do that, and me and Ryan, and in the left, only me and Ryan left standing.
Yeah.
At the end, people were like, this is late, I'm too tired, whatever, go.
People
me and Ryan were like, this is mad. And then eventually, I can't remember if it was his missus or my missus at the time said, you man should just start a YouTube channel. And we're like, we didn't know what to do. What are you talking about? So we started a channel, and we would, I had a Mac, and I'll turn the Mac around and use the camera on the Mac to record us. That's because we didn't have cameras or anything like that. Phones weren't like that back then. So we started recording. And then someone, I don't know what video it was, but someone reached out from Arise News and asked if I could come on and talk boxing. I'm like, what? Yeah. Remember, our channels, as much as we had a hardcore fan base, was only getting 300-400 views. It wasn't like the channel was getting thousands and thousands. So how have you even found us? What are you talking about? So they asked me to come down. I went down. Ryan wasn't super comfortable talking on camera like that. Okay. So I went down and I did it. And then the guy that was there saying, oh, you know what? We might have something for you, like a little opening. No money, but if you could come down maybe twice a week and talk all sports. Are you comfortable talking all sports twice a week? I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And so I started doing that. And that's kind of how then I got a little show reel together from doing that. I was there. And that's kind of how it started. And then Box Talk ended because me and my missus at the time decided to go to Nigeria. We said, let's go back to Nigeria.
What, for what? Extended period? Or
no, we want to go back to live, Okay. It's funny because she still lives there. She never came back.
Oh, okay.
So we went because we used to, I sit on a green chair. We used to make those. We used to make those here. That was like a little pastime that we had where we would refurb all the green chairs.
So have you been back since then, or was that?
What, been back to Nigeria?
Yeah, he went. I see him all the time.
I'm
You went
always
back
there.
last year.
No, I'm talking. Obviously, I know he's been back, but since when you first went with your missus, before that, have you been back?
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yes, that's a lie. I went back with a friend, but I went for like a holiday in his palace, basically. So it certainly wasn't the way I went back. When me and her went back, we went back into, I don't know how many Nigerians are watching this, but there's the island and there's the mainland. The island's where all the fun is, Lekki, VI, Ikoyi. The mainland is hard. It's a bit harder. Like light, everything's a problem. We went on the mainland.
I got some land on by Lekki.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're doing, you're doing well.
Yes.
You're doing well. But we weren't doing well. We weren't doing well at all. So we went back and it was hard, super hard. So I tried to continue Box Talk with Ryan, but it's different now. Zoom, it just didn't, it's not the same vibe as us sitting down.
Sorry,
Boy, what are we now? 2024? I'm going to say
2015?
2016, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
2016, 17. 2016, I'm going to say. So yeah, that's when I went back. We tried to do the furniture thing. It was going okay out there. But I missed talking sports. So again, tried to do the Box Talk thing with Ryan. It didn't quite work. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just try and do it myself out there. So I've done a few videos, nothing, like 20 views, 50 views. I was like, but it felt good though, because I was out there for her. This chair thing was her, but I was just following her, helping her. But my thing was talking. So although it wasn't getting views, me doing my own thing, it still felt good. Just doing it, just doing it felt good. And there were some people like, oh my God, you're back. Like Box Talk's back. And I'm like, not quite. And then I applied for a job in South Africa with a company called Kwesi Sports.
Okay.
And I got that as their boxing commentator.
Yeah.
And at the time, we needed the money desperately. And I didn't believe it when they sent me an email saying, yeah, would you like to come to South Africa? And I didn't understand the geography enough. So when they said that, I was like, yeah, I thought South Africa was like an hour away from Nigeria.
Close.
I swear to God, I didn't realize it's like 5.5, 6 hours away. So when I told them I'm in Nigeria, I thought they're going to just flake me. But they said no, and they offered me a deal. And I started doing their boxing commentary, which isn't me, I'm not a commentator, but I started doing their boxing commentary once a month, flying to South Africa and then going to different countries around Africa doing their boxing stuff.
So was that in Joburg or?
That was in Joburg and Cape Town.
Okay. No,
So Joburg and Cape Town. So that's kind of what was the real big kick. So obviously I did a Rise News, but that Kwesi was the real big one for me.
So how was your experiences in South Africa?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, I loved it, brother. Like, I know everyone talks about, in Joburg, it can be a bit violent. I didn't see it. Like, I'm certainly not from the roads. I've been on the road a little bit, but I'm not from the roads. I'm not going to say I am that. But if you are a bit on the road, you know how to use your P's and Q's when going to a certain area. You can be a bit streetwise. You're not go to a certain place at stupid times.
Trust me.
You're not going to walk out with your rollie on, you know what I mean? Not that I had a rollie back then. But you just have to be street smart. So I avoided all the nonsense.
Yeah.
I was in a hotel, gym, hotel, food. I wasn't trying to go out into crazy places.
So you didn't run into any like problems with the white side?
No, but the bigger problems were with the black side over there.
Okay.
The black side, because the
colours.
South Africa and the colours in Cape Town.
They call people coloured. The black people coloured, don't
No,
they?
there's a group of people that light skins that are called the colours.
Yeah.
But those people and the traditional South African blacks hate non-South African blacks coming in because they think you're taking your jobs, taking the women. So you hear those stories, but I didn't experience anything.
Sounds like the Ghanaian people.
Ghanaians to Nigerians, right?
Oh my God. So then you got so then how did you move on to ABN News?
Bloody hell. This man been doing these things. What's in that phone? ABN News that was actually just before I went to Nigeria. Because ABN News was over here, was like they tried to do a little radio station thing over here. It's almost like a little pirate radio station. And there was a girl called Afua that kind of got me that little gig. So I did that. But that was almost before Kwesi and me moving to Nigeria. I think the big breakthrough was, so me and my partner split. Kwesi folded. Kwesi folded, no money. And then I came back here and I was broke. Luckily, I still had the council flat. It's weird how it flips around because Michael that I went to stay with when I was homeless, he then took my flat because he had nowhere to stay. So it's weird how things happen like that. So he was staying in my flat in Stratford, and I came back and I didn't have, when I say broke, I mean, I've got a plaque in my house that says 38.23. That's what I had in my bank account, 38.23. £38.23 pence. But there wasn't like £38.23 pence. And
you weren't broke then.
nah, you know, like, you're right. You're right. Because I've seen people have less. But it wasn't like,
still get Gary.
yeah, no, you still can get Gary. You can do your thing on that, you know. But for me, it was 38.23, knowing there's nothing coming in. You know, like we've always been broke, and you know there's a paycheck coming in 2 weeks, so you'd have to just monitor that money for 2 weeks.
Rice and pilchards we do in Jamaica.
Correct.
Sardines, noodles, we can do that.
Full beef,
but there was
fully beef.
nothing coming in, zero. And I was like, we're fucked. I genuinely thought, this is it then, we're done. So I started thinking, do I need to go back to doing things? I should like anything just to do something. And then I thought, you know what? Now the YouTube. We're going to get on this green chair. And I kind of worked out at the time that YouTube hadn't monetized me. I don't know why they hadn't monetized me, but I thought if they can monetize me, I worked out that every video I do will pay me around 35 to 50 pounds. So I was like, you know what? We're doing 2-3 videos a day, every day. And that's what I did. I did 15 videos a week sometimes because that was then what was going to pay the council rent. So I didn't lose my flat. And then I applied to Sky Sports, and then it kind of just kicked off from there. Yeah.
Okay. So how did, so you applied for Sky Sports?
I saw there's some vacancy, it wasn't kind of vacancy, but they were auditioning for the football transfer show.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, 1 second, I've done TV in Africa. Like, come on, I've done some stuff. Like, if I've got a show reel, like just apply. So I applied, and I got an audition. No, I got an interview. I'm lying. Let me backtrack. I applied for the Sky Sports presenter role. The person you see. Welcome to Sky Sports News. All that person that's reading the auto cue. I applied for that. I didn't get that, but they said, "Oh, you got energy and whatever." There's a transfer football show. You can do an audition for that. So there was like 60 people, and you'd be like a table of 4, and they'll just sort of get people to switch seats, and you testing your football knowledge out. And then Sky said, "Yeah, you got it." And I was like, "What?" Yeah. I think I might have cried. I'm not joking. I think I might have cried. They said, "You got Sky Sports." It's like, Sky Sports. And that was it. Got Sky Sports, and their money was pitiful. But I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I was like, huh? You know, I don't know why, but in my head I was thinking Sky Sports is the bag. Like, you know, I'm already shopping for stuff in my head. I was thinking, we've made it. We have made it. And then I asked, there's a guy with me called James Green. Everything. There's a guy called James Green with me, a white dude. And I was like, bro, be honest with you, how much is it? And he said the amount. I was like, yeah, didn't you expect more? But one thing about Sky Sports, at that level, they pay less because they know if you put that on your CV, you're getting anything.
Yeah, it's a launch pad.
Can you disclose what they're paying? Or is it or just around the ballpark figure?
It's low.
I know someone who's worked at Sky Sports toe to toe, and they told me
it's low. Yeah, no, it's lower than them.
It's lower than that.
It's lower than that, bro.
Oh,
so but you can't be. You wasn't there 9 to 5, was you?
Nah. So we did the transfer show that I did. Was you do a hit in the morning, and then you do a hit in the afternoon. Let me tell you how broke I was. Yeah, I know people because I feel like people need to understand. Because people, I think, will see me now doing TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the opportunity.
This is how broke I was.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say.
This is how broke I was, So when I got the Sky gig, bear in mind, I'm broke. And, I'm struggling to find nice stuff to wear because there's no money. I'm broke. My YouTube was just about paying the rent. So there was no, enough for Sky where you got to look smart and wear a suit jacket.
Ain't nothing popping in.
Nothing popping. There's no car. There's no car as well. And you've got to be at Sky. You've got to be at Sky. The show starts at 7 in the morning. No, you've got to be at 7 because it starts at 9. The earliest train, if you aren't driving, the earliest train from Stratford was at 5:30. Sky's in Osterley. I wouldn't get there in time. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I have no car. I took 4 buses and left my house at 3 a.m. to get to Sky at 7. 4 buses. I remember one bus from mine to Canning Town, a 69. I remember the buses. And then it was a 5. A 5 would take you from here to central London. They don't have to change. Brother, no one knew at Sky because I would get off the bus and walk, and then I'd be seeing the people drive past me. Baby, all right, Ade. And I'm like, if you knew that I was, and then even if to get up at 3, That means you got to go to bed. It's difficult because you can't go to bed at 7. So I wasn't even sleeping properly. But I was just like, I had to waiting for that first check, waiting for that first pay, waiting for the first pay. And even though it was small, still for it to come was like, oh, now we're okay. And then I bought a couple of trousers and a few different shirts just to fix up the look a bit because everyone else looking good.
It reminds me of that Will Smith film. But obviously, you know, he had The Son.
He had The Son.
What was that film called again?
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I was taking 4 buses. And it's funny because you're looking at the people on the bus at that time, and they're all cleaners. Everyone's like a cleaner everyone at that time is a cleaner going to their job.
At that time, I used to, because I was the youngest, and I used to, at that kind of time, I'd be on the bus with my mum when she had her cleaning job. And
I'm on the bus with a suit. I'm wearing a suit, and I've got my laptop out. I'm looking at all the notes. I'm like, I'm half asleep, but we got the job done.
You know, this is crazy because when I used to watch you, I think this guy he's made. But you don't. You just what I'm saying. You
just don't know, do you?
You just don't know. You know.
That's like the gram, innit? When everyone puts up photos of the gram, and everyone's like, "Look at their life," and you don't.
That's
what
what
life?
I said. We can't
life is on a credit card
because
it's on a credit card. So, yeah, that Sky was the hardest thing ever. It was so hard. It was so hard just because it's Sky. I didn't feel like as a proper journalist. I wasn't assured of myself because I'm with people that are trained journalists. Because on Sky at the time there was no YouTube people like there is now. You're there with genuine
merit
of journos.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is difficult. And they were telling me to read auto cue. I've never done that in my life. And they go down the barrel and say this and speak to. I was like, but they liked me. I don't know how, but we got away with it. And then I had to leave in the end.
Okay. Yeah. So then how did you end up? So then you obviously your YouTube channel was going from strength to strength. Yeah, you know, everyone started to recognize you, you know, subscribers going up and up. And then how did you get your gig with DAZN?
Yeah, so DAZN at the time must have said they're going to launch in the UK. I remember there was this issue of Eddie and DAZN putting events on in America and Matchroom and Sky. There was a bit. So DAZN was saying they're going to launch in the UK, and I was like, okay. So I was just like, you guys, just interested to see what they're going to bring to the table, like nothing else. And then they put out their team. And I remember it like it was yesterday. It was Darren Barker, Chris Lloyd, Maya Jama, Laura Woods, and then the commentators. And I was like, bruh, someone started tagging. I don't know who did it, but someone said, nah, on Twitter, someone said, nah, Ade needs to be a part of this. And I was like, I'm just a guy in the green chair, like, leave me that, you know. Yeah. I'm not this, I'm not that. And then a few people, it must have been like 10, like Ade needs to be in this team because the whole lineup was, apart from Maya, it was all white. And someone's like, oh, 1 second, there's no black people in this lineup whatsoever. Because it was Andy Lee, Mike Costello, Darren Barker, Chris Lloyd, Laura Woods, and Maya Jama. So there's no black people.
Oh, Maya Jama's black?
Yeah, apart from Maya.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So then DAZN, randomly, a lady called Sarah, HR at DAZN, must have sent me an email saying, oh, Ade, we'd like to talk to you about an opportunity. I was like, bro. I was like, I'm not joking. I was like, what? So I didn't want to respond straight away, even though I wanted to. Yeah, I left it a little bit. Yeah, you don't want to be so about an hour later, I left a message like, yeah, free to talk. And then she said, we want to start like a daily YouTube show. And we'd like you to be a part of it. We've watched you in the green chair. We think you've got something to offer DAZN. So I was like, okay, cool. And she said, they said, oh, we definitely want you, but we don't know who's going to be your person you do it with. So I had an audition with Carl Froch, an audition with Carl Frampton, Tony Bellew, and one other who skips me.
These are big characters.
Big characters. So I was like, I didn't know this at the time that I'd got it. So I'm like, have I got this? Or like, because it's me and it's them. They're like, yeah, you've got it. We just want to see who you're good with. And I was like, I've got the DAZN gig. So in the end, they wanted Frampton, but they thought his accent. I don't know why they thought that something about his accent, so they went with Tony Bellew.
It's because it's Northern Ireland. They prefer. I think they prefer the Southern Ireland.
Maybe
because the Northern one's a bit.
It's a bit strong. Yeah. But Tony's is strong as well. So in the end, it was me and Tony Bellew.
Yeah.
And then they invited me down to the launch in central London, and I was a bit like, this is crazy still. And then something happened. I don't know what happened. I think it might have been that's when Jammer left. And then Laura Woods, she got a lot of stick. And I was only still just doing the little things on the bus and the YouTube thing, because I had a bus in Eddie Hearn's back garden at the time, Fight Camp. I was doing some small bits there. But Maya left. Laura then went on to main host, and they were like, Ade, would you want to be a reporter? And I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. And so, it just went from there. And then I think Laura got sick one day, and then I had to cover as main presenter. And that wasn't easy, but you get it done somehow. And then, so it's weird because I only came in, as I said, 1 day a week YouTube content. That was it. Yeah. And then 1 day a week YouTube content has gone to that.
Because, like, all the barbershop talk was like, the only reason they got you is because they needed a fake Johnny Nelson.
No, I will say this. I'm happy you kind of raised that point. Because at the time, and it kind of happened with TalkSport as well, because I kind of got TalkSport and DAZN quite close at the same time. And there's no way I wouldn't admit that both of them came off the back of Black Lives Matter. And I felt like everyone inwardly, all the organizations inwardly started looking like, fuck, we have no black people. Yeah. So even me, I definitely got a leg up because of that. So for the first 6 months, especially at TalkSport, I was super nervous because like, I'm only really here because they needed black people. So in my confidence with TalkSport, because TalkSport's quite brutal because you're asking people to tweet and talk in, so text in. And if you see some of the comments that came in, brother, I was like, this is brutal. This was, because you're seeing it and you have to continue, like energy. Oh, here we go. Monkey emojis. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Well, box ticking, this, that. And they try and delete them, but you've seen it. Yeah, bananas. All TalkSport is white van man. Yeah. So all that came in. So I was like, shit, maybe I've only got this because I'm black. Yeah. So then you have to kind of question yourself if you're good enough. And then obviously now, 4 years later at both, you think, okay, I'm not just here because I'm black, because they could have easily because that's all done now. Yeah. But back then, for the first 6 months on both of them, you were thinking, I'm only really here because they needed a black person. Yeah. I'm only really here because of that. So you kind of, you definitely lost your confidence.
But at the same time, you still need to know your stuff. You need to be black and know your stuff.
Yeah.
They can't just throw in any black. So at the same time, you deserved it.
Nah, no, you're right. But there are so many good broadcasters and presenters that don't get work and haven't got work. So I do feel like, look,
who are black as well?
No.
Or just in
general.
Okay.
So at the time I was like, damn, no one's getting work and I'm out here working. But now it's like, oh, fuck it. Like, you like you say, you're in there now, stay there. Because, you can stay in this industry for 25, 30 years if you're good. If you're in there now, stay there. So that's now the challenge. No, that's the challenge now. But initially it was that. There was a lot of the Johnny Nelson thing, especially because I did the face-offs.
Yes.
And I've always credited Johnny and as the GOAT of, especially not Max Kellerman in America, but Johnny as the guy.
The UK.
Yes, I even kind of like always used to ask Johnny when I met him, like, yo, how'd you like kind of get them going? How'd you do this? And blah, 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 blah. And he said, it will come. Just be you. Just do it with you. But I respect people like Johnny because Johnny, like I know people like to say things about him. Like I always see like the Twitter page, company man Johnny Nelson. But sometimes you have to tick that company box.
Of course you do.
Sometimes you have to tick that box.
You have to.
It's the guys that have never been in companies that be saying this.
Yes,
they don't get it. They don't get it.
Unfortunately, like people like to go on like, oh yeah, listen, I'll fight against everything. Listen, sometimes you have to do a little shuffle.
Sometimes you have to put yourself in a position where your voice will be heard if you fight.
Yes.
And Johnny now, if Johnny wants to say something because he's been there for so long, people will listen. You can't go into a company and in the first year not play company. You can't say after 1 week, say, nah, it's wrong, brother.
Trying to bring coups to the company, like, stop.
Get out of here. So you've almost got to play that role a little bit. To the point where I'm a big fan of Stephen A. Smith in America. I watch all of his stuff. And he's very pro-black. But he's very pro-black now. Like Stephen A's been in the business for 30 years. He ain't gonna do that in the first few months.
Used to call him a coon.
People call him a coon, exactly.
Tariq Nasheed used to go in on him.
Always. Now, and he's still a bit, sometimes he goes that way. He taps a bit, but I like
that. I'm telling man they're tapping. You know this.
I know you mean. But now he kind of just, he's got a voice now. Because he kind of had to play the role and game a little bit. And you got to kind of do that. I realized you got to do that a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
No. Real talk. So then you got the Misfits gig. You're going strength to strength. I see you hit the over 50K subs. So what was that like finally getting, because you're near 60 now.
Yeah.
Right now.
I could have had, to be fair, I could have easily had 100.
Yeah,
But
you did take some time off.
I took some time off. It was difficult because all the shows that I want to talk about, I'm at them.
Yes.
So it's difficult. All like the live watch-alongs that I'd started and were doing really good for me. I can't do them now because I'm there. And then it got a bit, like I was doing TalkSport. I've got my own show on TalkSport, which is 5 days a week. I'm doing DAZN where I'm flying out to all these different countries now.
Yeah, I want to talk, how do you manage that? Because I remember, because I watch your show. So I remember you went to America, you came back for 1 day, then you went back to America, then you had to go some next joint. I was like, why? I'm thinking, why didn't you just stay in America in the first place?
You know what it is? Because I was contracted. So TalkSport were the first company to really give me a show and a big break. The first people. So even though DAZN money is bigger than TalkSport money, if we're being frank, like there's a loyalty thing I have with TalkSport.
You got to fulfill your obligations.
Yeah, they gave me a show, a 5 days a week show with me and Rory. And I feel like I missed so many of my shows. I feel bad missing them. So anytime, even if I can come back to the country for 2 days, I'm getting there and doing my show and coming back. So they can see that he's trying to do it. And it's hard, you get tired, but once you start talking in the mic, like in front of us, you can talk. Yeah. But I feel like I've got to show them loyalty because they took a risk on me when no one really was doing it and they didn't have to do it. So TalkSport would always be like, I love DAZN, but the saying about TalkSport, which is almost my number one. Yeah. Because they gave me a risk. Yeah, I guess, it's a bit like that. They gave me my risk. They risked it for me. They gave me a show when everyone was like, what are you giving this guy a show for? What are you talking like mad? Yeah. And at the time they thought I didn't know football because I was known as a boxing guy, but now they realize my football's my love. So they took a risk with me. And DAZN have obviously taken a risk with me as well. So I'm trying to balance the both of them. Yeah. And do my YouTube. Yeah. And do Amazon Prime football. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant delivered.
Raising Canaan.
I thought this a real Niger man, you know.
Amazon Prime delivering goods, everything. Good. Right, jeez.
So we know you know your football, you know your boxing. So then how did you end up getting the snooker gig?
The pool. Yeah, the World Pool Championship, brother.
When I saw that, I said, boy.
You know, Ade's trying to clean up everything.
I thought they've really let a black man in there, boy.
Really, bro. So it's funny because like the girl that does the pool, that owns the rights to the pool, she's been reaching out to me for a minute to try and get me on to do pool. And I was like, I don't know anything about pool. I said, look, I thank you, the money's good, but I don't want to disrespect your sport because I don't know anything. Yeah. And I'm gonna say, I said to her, the greatest ever pool player could walk past me and I wouldn't know who he was. Yeah. And I said, that should tell you I don't know enough. So I left it for about a year. She's been trying to get me to do it for about a year. And then they reached out again and said, Ade, but the world, so they didn't even say world actually, I'll get to this story. They said, there's a pool tournament in Saudi. You're in Saudi for the 5 versus 5. It's an easy win. Like you could just literally go from Riyadh to Jeddah, which is like an hour flight and do it. And I spoke with my agent and I was like, look, let's just do it. The money's quite good they're offering. We kind of pushed them a bit more on the money. Let's do it. You know what I mean? So bro, about 3 days into the 5 versus 5, because I know everything about the 5 versus 5, that was easy. So I didn't need to study that. 3 days in, I like, let me just start studying this pool team because the tournament starts in 5 days. I don't know anything. So I look on it and it says World Pool Championship. World.
I must have not a little York Cool team.
No, I must call my agent and said, no, we can't do this. Because I thought it was some sort of exhibition.
Yeah, little small
call my agent.
Star pack, get your feet wet.
Exactly. So I messaged my agent and said, no, tell them I'm sick. Like something's happened, we can't do it. And she's like, oh no, like you can't. Like this, I said, why didn't you say this was the world's to me? So I was getting back and forth with my agent, like this is your fault, I can't do it, blah, blah, blah. And then we got there, and again, I know nothing. When I say no, I'm not joking. Like even the terminology. Like we know snooker, we call it frames. Yeah. I know that.
I don't know.
They call it racks.
One pool player.
Bro, I know that's weird, but they call it racks. They even little terms. I'm like, if I don't know these terms, like even names, like, you know, like football, I remember when Henry first came, people said Henry. Yeah. So even things like that, if you say that wrong, people are like, well, man doesn't know what he's talking about.
Who's this brother?
So bro, I had to study and study. Like the first night I got there, I didn't sleep. I'm not even joking. I got there and stayed up the whole night, morning, and watched every pool podcast I could watch, just so I'm ready for the first day. Brutal, hard, but in the end we got it done. That made me feel like, bro, I can do anything. That made me feel like, generally, if I can do pool, anything I could do. Because I don't know how we got for it. Final, don't even know how we got it. And now asked me to cover the next 2 big tournaments.
Big.
Yeah,
No,
in Moscone Cup in America and the Reyes Trophy in the Philippines. Yeah.
Do you know what I love about you? It's just your name. When even my mum, she's like, who's that? Ade, I've seen this guy, this guy, he's the guy up. My mum actually, she's up and coming broadcaster, like, his name is strong. She's like, Ade Oladipo, I like to see, like some people like to do the
change it up a bit.
Switch out.
Thomas, Adam.
Yeah,
you could have done an Adam thing.
Yeah, not happening.
Yeah,
not happening. My mum even hates that I don't go Ade Tukumbo. I said, Mum, chill.
My one's mad. My one's mad.
Go on.
Oluwa Bemi Leke.
That ain't happening, is it? That's going to have to be
That's why it's Lex.
Oluwa Bemi Leke has gone to
Lex. People
Lex.
actually call me either Olu or Leke, but everyone calls me Leke.
Yeah, that's it. We have to shorten it for them.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to shorten it. I had to shorten it, but
in Jamaica they call you Lexus.
Yeah.
It's been a mad journey. Mad. But Amazon Prime was the biggest gig for me ever. I don't know if you guys know about that one.
No, so tell us about it.
So I tell you, Amazon Prime. So and this is me. I'm gonna pat myself on the back here. I've got to do it. I don't care. Come on, I don't care. So I've always said to my agent, look, we need football. Like, I need to do football in this country. Like, boxing's good, but football is, and it's the biggest thing. It's bigger than church over here.
Yeah,
it's so big. Bigger than church. It's bigger than church over here.
It is.
So I said I need football. Amazon Prime, they have games every Christmas. They buy like the rights to like.
Yeah. So is it the Christmas unboxing?
Yeah. And so my agent was like, okay, we're going to reach out to Amazon Prime, blah, 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 see if we can get you one of those hosting gigs. Like, you're in the studio presenting. And I was like, raw, okay, this is... Because I thought she was maybe talking about me being pitch side reporting. The hosting is the Gary Lineker seat. That's the big seat. Yeah. And then we got it. We got the gig. And as we're getting the gig, I'm like, 1 second. Has there ever been a black person that's hosted? And they said, no. I was the first ever black Premier League football presenter ever in 33, 4 years that the Premier League's ever gone. That's very big, bro.
Very big.
And I was like, like when I found out, I was like, that can't be true. And then the Premier League wrote to us and said, congratulations to Ade on being the first ever black Premier League football presenter.
You have to realise how serious that is. In 30 to 50 years, you're gonna be like in October. When October hits Black History Month, and then they're reeling out the first evers. You're in that, especially remember, football is Britain's bread and butter sport.
Crazy.
So you are etched.
But that shows how far behind we are. So when everyone says, oh, we're doing so well and there's black presenters and JD Dyer and blah, blah, there's a few of us now and I'm happy for everyone to do what we... The fact that I'm the first is actually... Almost when I got an award for it, and I was almost... Even when I picked up my award, I was like, I'm actually embarrassed and happy at the same time. I'm embarrassed that it's taken 34 years for someone to be given the opportunity to sit in this seat. So not ex-footballers that sit in those seats, like your Michael Richards and your Rio Ferdinand, someone sitting in this seat.
John Barnes and
I was like, this is bad.
Well, that's what the managers, I think they should apply that same rule. I think it's in America, is it the Rooney rule?
There is
Has it been applied to UK yet? No, exactly. But I think it should be applied to Premier League football, where if a managerial position comes available, they have to have a black candidate
interview for it.
Yeah. So I think that should be applied to the Premier League, because we don't see enough black coaches.
It's weird that they just won't look at them like that. It's so mad. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, see, like someone like Jermaine Defoe. Jermaine Defoe's trying to get his coach and trying to get a job now in football management. Like, I can't even imagine clubs wanting Jermaine Defoe. It's wrong. But you got someone like, this is no disrespect in this guy, like Gary O'Neill. Jermaine Defoe, can't get a gig.
Big
Jermaine Defoe can't get a gig. It's almost like, you're okay to play for us, but manage us. No, 1 second, son.
I see a lot of us in seconds, thirds, because even I was watching the match before I come today, I didn't even know Jimmy Floyd Hasselback's in the England setup.
No, but it has to be.
Okay.
That's part of their rule. They have to have a black person in the setup.
Right.
That's why he's only there because of that, not because they wanted him there. They have to. Like before him, Chris Powell was doing it.
Yeah, I see Chris Powell.
He was doing it before him. They have to have a black person. That's why, bro. It's not because they want Jimmy Floyd.
What's Jimmy doing?
Yeah, it's not because they want him. Remember, he's a Dutchman as well. It's not because they want him.
I see him walk out. I left in the second half to come here, but then I see him telling something to Kane.
That's how bad it is. That's how far back we are. Like we are.
Oh, that makes
we
sense.
are very, very far back when it comes to just, I don't know, our presence in and around football. And when you consider what we've given to football in this country, in terms of just some of the players that we've produced in this country that have gone, oh my God, glorious. But in terms of presenting, management, do you know what I mean? We don't really get a chance.
Yeah,
it's
like
a shame.
the workhorse kind of, they're like,
It's like they don't trust us that we can, as presenters, like that we can't speak.
Yeah.
Like, how difficult is it to speak?
Good athletes.
You know what I mean? They're good athletes, but speaking, I'm not sure. Yeah. So I felt a lot of pressure being that guy to do it, but we did it. It was fun, and we're gonna get it again.
Good. So now let's talk some boxing.
That's what I thought I came in for, bro.
I pushed you with the last story.
That's what I said. Everyone's gonna be fast forwarding to this part.
They need to know you, man. They need to know.
You better put this in the thing now. Fast forward to 37 minutes if you want.
No, they want to know this journey. Trust me.
Cool.
Trust me. Something different.
Nice.
Have you ever told? You haven't given an in-depth.
Not really, not like that. No, not with the way it went around as well. Especially like the homeless stuff and all that. No.
I'm happy I got this because I used to watch your channel. And I just thought, oh yeah, this guy. And how did you keep in shape? How was you So you're telling me you went through all this? Yeah. How was the gym a factor in your mind? Because
the gym for me was
the fitted shirts.
Yeah, the gym for me was mental health thing.
Okay,
I swear to God, I needed to go to the gym and put the headphones on for 2 hours and just zone out of life. Do you know what I mean? Like the gym for me was my vice. Like I could have easily gone to weed or drink or whatever. But I felt like the gym for me is my 2 hours of no one disturb me. The phone's on airplane mode. Let's just stay in shape or something.
Mate, I was thinking, now you're saying all those. That's all I was thinking in my head. Go forward, this man. It's got time to go to the gym.
That was my vice, bro. Just staying in shape. And obviously, you have to look good for the ladies sometimes. You know.
When you go to Pier 1 and LA Lounge. Come on.
You know what I mean? Single life,
No, but also, the journey I watched you do when you dropped down to 175 pounds and you were still able to keep your strength, and you was lifting some big weights.
But I just wanted to, like, I
didn't realize you was that strong.
Nah, some people, it's weird, you know.
What were you benching?
It's a decent little free plates, you know what I mean? Little 20, you know,
no, free plates. Squat thing, because the legs is where it counts.
As well, the legs, you're squatting heavy.
You can't be Johnny Bravo.
No, I can't be Johnny. You know what it is? I'm not a boxer. Although I had like fucking 2 amateur fights for Newham ABC when I was like 15. I'm not a boxer at all.
Okay. So you had a couple bouts?
Yeah, a couple bouts, yeah. But I'm not a boxer, so I thought, look, I can't get in the ring. So I thought I need to understand something more about the sport. So I thought, okay, the weight cut thing has always fascinated me. Like how these guys can cut so much weight, like completely be on their deathbed and then fight in 24 hours. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and just at least go through that process so I can see what that process is like and do all the traveling and do all the life in, but yet give myself, almost like a boxer, 6 weeks to cut, what did I cut? 35 pounds and then rehydrate and then see how strong I am. So that's why I wanted to do it. And it was a nice test because that last 2-3 pounds to get off me,
I watched you.
Brother.
Yeah.
My friend. The guy was giving me an ice cube every 10 minutes as they were scraping sweat off my head with a credit card. I was like, please, one more ice cube. Oh, that was too small. Please, a bigger one. Brother, it was so hard.
Hydrate water, ice cube.
No, because we jumped on the scale and I was like 2 pounds over. And I was like, he was like, it's okay. This ain't real. I was like, no, I've got to make that weight. I've got to. So we done like a little hot bar thing again and got a bit more water off, wrapped myself with the towels. Bro, I could not believe how strong I was the next day though. Now I see why boxers will put themselves on death's door because they know they can go. Because the next day I'd put on so much. I was like, mad. It's crazy. So it was fun experience.
Yeah, like man like Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton. When you see them the next day on the weigh-in,
that makes sense.
I remember when I forgot his name, the guy from Chorley, and he was like, I thought it was Cotto's big brother when I looked across the ring like the next day. I think this is unbelievable. So it's mad how much weight guys can put on. They can put on David Haney, prime example.
Yeah, I think I put on like, and I wasn't even trying to go that heavy because it wasn't like I was trying to do something, but I think I put on like 16 pounds.
See what I'm saying?
In 24 hours. 16. And I still had abs.
1 stone, 2 pounds.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, how? And then I started doing the weights. I was like, guys, like 24 hours ago, I couldn't even lift myself off onto the scale. They had to kind of hold me onto the scale. So that's boxing's nuts, man. Yeah. What a sport.
So yeah, let's talk some boxing.
Talk some boxing, brother.
Yes. So currently, we've got DAZN, we've got we've got Queensbury, we've got Matchroom, Boxer. What's your thoughts? Oh yeah, what's his name? Wasserman as well.
Wasserman, Sauerland thing.
Sauerland, PBC, top rank.
Who's that? GBM.
GBM,
yeah. GBM now. They're doing Izzy Asif's doing his little thing on DAZN now.
He got something.
He got a little DAZN contract. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on this whole new link up where it seems a lot of the companies are now going to be working together? Because I saw a thing where Turkey Al Sheikh's looking to do a whole in-house thing with PBC, Golden Boy.
It looks like a fight league.
Yeah, fight league.
Fight league, yeah. 200 of the best fighters.
Yes.
All under the same league. A bit like the UFC. UFC have like 300 or so. But he wants 200 of the best fighters. I don't know how that works. Right. And he wants to buy up all the companies. He wants to buy Top Rank, PBC, Matchroom, Queensbury.
What about the governing bodies as well? Because I don't think they'll be too happy about this.
I don't think they'll be very happy either. So, look, so far, like, he's come in and what he's done so far has been fun. And it's been fun to be part of as well. It's been incredible, isn't it? Like, for him to do all that he's done in less than a year, it's been less than a year, you know?
Yeah.
Like Fury and Ghana was what, October?
Yeah.
It's not even a year. Think about what he's done in such a story.
Is he just coming? Because I thought he was involved in all the other like AJ's fights.
No, that AJ was another faction. That was another one.
Yeah, that was December.
That was another Turkey.
That was another Saudi.
Because that was in Jeddah, isn't it?
Yeah, that was in Jeddah. So that was another Saudi team. It's funny because they're the ones that put the pool on that I did, the World Pool Championship. Oh, okay. So it was another completely different Saudi outfit that Eddie aligned to. Frank Warren aligned to Turkey. And all of a sudden, that Jeddah outfit that Eddie Hearn aligned to, didn't do the fights anymore, couldn't do it, for whatever, didn't do it. And Turkey and Frank aligned. So that's why it's Frank's guy. Turkey is Frank's guy.
You can feel, when you're over there, you know Queensbury are in charge.
It's
mad but even before that, weren't it Wasserman who started the thing in Saudi with the World Boxing Super Series?
Is it Probolium? No.
Probolium, no.
World Boxing.
Oh no, sorry. Oh yeah.
Cali Sauerland.
Oh,
so then, who was his link out there?
No idea. Such a good question. I have no idea.
That was the world. Callum Smith versus
George Groves. Yeah. Even Amir Khan had a fight out there as well. Do you remember?
Yes, against Billy Dibb.
So I have no idea who that was. Like, I have no idea who even the team were that. Remember, there was a fight with Dimitri Bivol and Gilberto Ramirez Zerdo in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Like, where are they now?
No, that was a Badu Jack show.
Okay.
Because he has his own promotional company as well, because he now lives in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and he's got his own promotion. That's why you
so that
saw him
means
at the show.
Basically, that means there's been a lot of false starts where you're thinking, okay, we're going to go and do so many events here, then it doesn't happen. So when Turkey came, I was like, okay, this might be just be one-off. This Fury and Ghani thing's good, one-off maybe. And obviously, I've been proved completely wrong because these shows are just not normal. Yeah. Like, they're the best fight cards I've ever seen. This is Don King in the 80s stuff. Even better than that. We like to kind of romanticize about those times too much. These fight cards they're doing, like the one they've got whispered for Wembley in September, just ain't normal.
Yeah.
They're going as big as humanly possible. Yeah. Whatever can be made from a British standpoint. Well, I say that because there's talk of Inoue being on it now. They're going as big as humanly possible.
What I like is he's just not, keeping it Saudi bound. He's doing LA shows with Terrence Bond.
I think they had to do that. I think they've been open and honest about the numbers that have turned up. And they hear criticism about the atmosphere and things like that. Even we were there for the Richards fight. And it's a 20,000 seat arena. And if you have less than 10,000 in there, forget it. And there was only about 3,000 maybe.
Yeah, and the thing is, with their arena, the way the seats are situated, everything seems far away.
Because it's a football stadium.
Yeah, it's not like enclosed like O2. It's not. It doesn't go upwards like that.
No,
everything's just out.
It goes out.
So that's why
it's a football stadium.
So that's why it sounds like a pin drop. Even if you probably got 20, was it 20 in there?
20. Yeah, but there was 20 for Fury Usyk. Fury Usyk was sold out, and that was 20, and that was incredible. But as much as people have critiqued the atmosphere, and I get it, but I think we've got to understand, we've all watched Inoue fights. They're not London, they're not America, London. So that you got to understand their fan bases that don't have a drink. They're understanding the sport. It's going to be different. It's almost like when you watch Inoue fights, people applaud politely when he does something wrong. It's like an amateur
dinner show.
Yes.
You go to a dinner show, it's not like
everyone thinks these are going to be Warrington versus Wood atmospheres. It ain't like that.
And also what I say is, when you go to places like France, Germany, Poland, Canada, even America, the fans ain't like the British fans because the British fans now, they're the new football fans. And where they actually came from, I noticed, they sort of came around the Ricky Hatton time.
Yeah.
Hence the chance, there's only one Johnny Fisher.
Yeah,
one
it's
this
the same,
and that guy. And
the same
Sweet
chance
Caroline.
being remixed.
Yeah, so it's the new it's the football fans. Whereas before, yeah, the Bruno Lewis Sky, it was loud, but it wasn't like
now,
today.
It's now football.
It's football.
It's now football. And it's not even Premier League football, it's Championship football.
Yes. And
these are proper football fans.
Yeah, and the only fans I would say that can compare to the British fans is the Mexicans. But the British fans won't go there because if they get rowdy, their man ain't playing because they'll have a Corona and a line too. And they've got
You're right, they're the only ones. They're the only ones that can compare.
Yeah, because you didn't see many Brits. Yeah, you didn't see many Brits out there for John Ryder Canelo. No. Because they thought, I'm not going to turn over no restaurant.
Not someone you're going to travel for, though.
Yeah,
obviously.
you're
You're
not
going
gonna
to use
travel
your
for
flipping last buck to go
travel,
Mexico.
True.
But even if I don't think anybody, even if
you put the right name in Mexico, people will travel.
But they'll behave themselves.
Yeah, but no,
they
Brits always behave themselves when they go other places. If they know they're going to get moved.
No, if they know they're going to get moved.
Yeah, if they know they're going to get moved to.
They know. They go from hotel to hotel bus to arena. Bus,
the
shuttle back. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly what to do.
All that barbaric behavior goes out the window.
They don't even cheer. No.
Oh my gosh. So then now, also we've got Terence Crawford versus Madrimov, and we've got Errol Spence fighting Sebastian Fundora. They both moved up. Yeah. So they both moved up.
Penciled in?
Yeah, they're both penciled.
I know the Terence Crawford one is Errol
I don't think there's no official date.
No, they haven't announced it, but it's been penciled.
Oh, okay.
He's been given the shot. Based off his merit at the low weight.
Oh yeah, I know he's definitely going to fight him, but I just didn't know the date. So
they haven't given a date.
Okay.
So what do you think about that? And do you think that it's a thing of where they're trying to make both of them win so they can try and sell this rematch somehow, even though it was just so like
it was a one-sided fight. Yeah,
it was a one-sided fight, bro. That fight, yeah.
Any excuses to make for Errol?
Nah, none at all, bro. Terence is just outworldly good, isn't he? And that fight, that was the best fight I've ever experience I've ever been to in my life. That was just.
Oh, you was there?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, DAZN.
Oh yeah, you was. I remember you was contemplating. You was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go, and you did it last minute. You ran,
and then DAZN, because DAZN didn't have it obviously, but they had little bits around it, so we were able to kind of film. Me, Ak, and Barak were able to film some bits, and to see Terence on the scales, and then he started rapping that Lil Wayne song. I was like, brother, this is it. This is it. Like two unbeaten fighters. This is a genuine, at the time, 50-50 fight. This is the one that we've been dreaming of for 4 or 5 years. I was like, this is actually going to happen.
Yeah.
And the shape of them, the shape, it was almost like two slaves just about to go. And you're like,
and the ocean blow.
No. The Mandingo fighting.
The Mandingo. Honestly.
In Django.
It was honestly like that, because I looked at their bodies, carved, like lean, like perfect. You know what I mean? And then when Eminem came, no Diddy. And when Eminem came, I was like, it's a wrap. Yeah. I'm not joking. When I saw Eminem walk out Terence, I was like, it's a wrap.
Yeah. And then,
I'm sorry.
You know when I knew it was a wrap? When he come out with the flipping fishnet, man.
It's a wrap.
And then Errol was my boy, but when he come with that fishnet, I said, yeah, he looked at the cat.
But you know how good he is? You know how good he is? Then he started talking to Jamel ringside.
Oh yeah. When he's punching him up. That's disrespectful. And it hurt me, because I'm like Errol proper pro Jamaican.
Okay.
So I'm always supporting my Jamaican fighters. So I was proper Errol for years. And I knew deep down in my heart, even though I still did the bet with Base the Kid and all that. But no, then I was still believing it's when it got to a press conference and Terence moved to him and his face looked like Omar from The Wire, and Errol just went and looked forward. I went, oh, no.
He knew then.
Yeah, I said, oh.
Do you think weight classes will change the outcome if they fight at 154? You think it'll be the same?
They can fight any weight class.
Do you think it'll go the same though?
Yeah. You know, Terence is so strong. Like, I've been lucky enough to been around Terence, and I don't think people see like just how physically strong he is.
I see him deadlifting.
Bro, he can do that kind of stuff.
Over 2 bills.
Bruv. And he's naturally slowly moved through the weight classes, slowly, perfectly. 135 to 140 to 1. He's not done that 135 to 147 jump like Broner or whatever. He's done it slowly but surely. But he's just a hungry guy that's waited his chance. Like where he's seen Errol eat and enjoy Kell Brook,
drink.
Danny Garcia. Now I mean eat in terms of just the big fights.
Money,
He's been waiting, angry. You can imagine Terence at home thinking I'm the best and just holding onto the chair waiting and seeing Errol with all the belts and he's got this ugly WBO belt that no one wants.
But that's why
waited.
I think that's why he loves Errol, because
Errol gave him the chance.
Errol could have chipped.
But Errol said that though on the weigh-in.
And that's where I think he said that.
He said, "Don't forget that I gave you this opportunity."
This is a theory though, but people are saying the reason he said that is because he knew going into the fight he wasn't 100%. He had a broken rib in camp and whatnot. So he's saying you're gonna. That's why he said. That's why he said you're gonna affect me for this.
You're the Xboxer. You've been around the fight game a long time. I don't think anyone goes into that ring 100%.
No, they don't.
I think they put so much, their body through so much in camp that obviously some will be more further afield, 90, 95%, but no one's walking into that ring 100.
There's so many things I see, experience and seen in gyms, and I've seen in training camps, even from Saturday. I saw but they managed to get the job done. But yeah, they're coming in with injuries, and but they go through it, and the things these fighters put themselves through, is just amazing.
It's incredible.
Going back to that, obviously they said they couldn't spar as well for 3 weeks. He was cutting weight in the last. That's why you see him running up the mountains.
But Terence had a bad cut. Like being around Vegas, people were telling us Terence ain't making weight. That was the thing. He's like, Terence ain't gonna make the weight. He's no way he's making 147. I was like, raw. Because I thought it'd been the other way around, because everyone says Errol's the big guy. So Terence struggles to make 147
he
now.
looked really withdrawn.
Really drained his face. That's when they've cut so much in the last hour, 2 hours. Yeah. Look that's why 154 ain't a problem for him at all.
Yeah. So then moving on to something which we're possibly expecting, I'm hearing news of potentially a press conference. What's your thoughts on the AJ Daniel Dubois? Because it seems Don Charles has somehow got into the head of this young man.
Yeah.
And because do you know when I clocked he got into his head? From Poland. When they were walking through the concourse, they was on some nation of domination business. It was proper warrior tribal thing. And I was like, rah, this is, and Daniel was like, yeah, he's not, so I was like, rah. And I was like, this is a different Daniel. And the way Don Charles and them man was on it. And then obviously he's got in there, he's dropped him. Even the Polish and Ukrainian guys was like, get up, Kulva. They were saying it was a legal shot. Obviously in the end, he kind of sort of got disheartened and did his knee thing. But it seems from that, even so, that was the building ground. And then now he's just gone from strength to strength. Beat Baby Miller and then Hrgović. So what's your thoughts on their mindsets? Because even Anthony Joshua's had to go through a journey going into a cave without his phone and stuff. So what's your thoughts on this? Because they're both going through a mental journey.
I will say this though, bro, I picked Dubois. Like people might say, Heinz. No, I picked Dubois to beat Hrgović. 100%. This Philip Hrgović thing, I said, it must be just me. I don't see it. Man. No, I just don't see the hype from. I go on not reputation, but what I see in the ring. Though I'm a very what have you done for me lately? I thought he got beat by Zhang. I thought Dempsey McKean pushed him all the way, and he beat a bouncer in that Mark Demori.
He's a YouTube fighter.
Yeah, YouTube. So I was like, what exactly has everyone seen about this Philip Hrgović? Is it the sparring with Wilder as Hay was getting ready for Fury? Is it that? Because there's that clip that always goes around. So I haven't seen it. And plus Dubois, I look at the work, and he, as much as you say the Usyk one, I saw him physically change and go through something with Jarrell Miller. And I almost see him become a man a bit, because Jarrell Miller tried to put it on him at the presser, put it on him at the weigh-in, and Dubois was like, I'm not having this. And as much as we laugh about that kind of the way he is, he's just the way he is. It was like,
the daddy stuff.
And I almost felt like, and I felt like he needed someone to bully him, for it to come out in him. Like, okay, finally, you've got this, because you're a big, strong 26-year-old now. And I think Jarrell Miller helped him. So Don certainly helped him, and Don will. But I think Jarrell Miller did, which made him feel like, if I can beat a bully, it's like, when you get bullied at school and then you go and knock out the bully, all of a sudden you walk around at school, chest up like what? Girls start looking at you. And I feel like he had that moment there. And now, against AJ's my guy, but this ain't easy work. AJ's last 3 fights have been Helenius, Otto Volin, and Ngannou. And Dubois' last 3 fights has been Usyk, Jarrell Miller, and Hrgović. Who's fighting the better guys?
Wow, I didn't even think of it.
Who's fighting legit guys?
Yeah, that's true.
Like Usyk Hrgovic and Jarrell Miller compared to a UFC guy, Helenius, who took the fight on a week's notice, and
Wilder sparked him.
and Otto Wallin. So ain't gonna be easy. I mean, I think AJ will get the job done, but ain't easy.
People are saying that AJ gonna stop him. I think it'll be a competitive fight, a gunfight as well.
I think AJ destroys him.
You think so? Because from what I saw,
I hope so.
Daniel can actually take a punch. He just, when he's gone down, like to Joe Joyce and that, he's on his own accord. When you see him getting lit up, he's actually don't actually really move.
Hrgovic hit that man. You were there. Hrgovic hit that man with everything.
Because I thought when I see him take all the licks and come back, I said, okay, you got there's something in here.
Something in here now. Something in there, but he's got a chin.
Yeah, he's got actual chin. It was only that what was letting him down.
But I'd like to think that Hrgovic don't hit anywhere as hard as AJ. And if Hrgovic can continue to hit like that, if AJ connects like that, clean, that chin will get detonated. We saw it with Joe Joyce. Once someone catches you clean, like Joe Joyce had the chin of all chins. Yeah. And as soon as Zhang caught him a couple of times, like, whoa, that chin got broken quickly.
So one thing, when I met that brother in the hotel,
who?
Who's Zhang?
Big Bang Zhang, I was like,
massive, isn't it?
How big is that?
I want to fight this brother. I was like, this brother's massive.
He's massive.
I was like, no, this is unrealistic.
Head,
everything,
his
the
size,
calves,
his legs,
everything. You know, like
he's almost. He's like he's got a giant syndrome.
The mad calves, like the Pacquiao calves.
Yeah,
so he's got everything.
He's massive, bro.
I was like, and even his head is like a French Mastiff. I'm like,
bro, you wouldn't fight that guy willingly.
No way.
Chinese power.
Yeah, ginseng. Bare ginseng,
bro. He's enormous.
Yeah,
and I felt sorry for Wilder.
Yeah, I saw Wilder, and he just even his. I watched his legs.
You know, everyone says that about his legs.
No,
when you interview him and you see the size of them, you can't believe it. Almost looks like, forgive me, Lord. You know them people that are disabled.
Yeah,
you know, like, because I was looking at him, and the legs just eventually shrink.
I was thinking,
it looked like that.
I could sweep this you.
Yeah,
I could sweep him.
Yeah, he's a heavyweight in height only.
Very slim.
He's a heavyweight in height.
He should maybe try cruiserweight or go bridgerweight.
He's smaller than he's smaller than the bridgerweight limit. He came in at 214. The bridgerweight limit's 224. Yeah, so he's under bridgerweight.
Yeah, so he weighed less than Lawrence.
Weighed less than Lawrence.
Yeah, so
he's too small.
Yeah, he's too small.
Too small.
We've seen that the WBO have put out purse bids for Willie Hutchinson, who in a lot of people's eyes have come out of nowhere. I knew about him, obviously.
I stopped that nonsense. You knew about him, yeah, but how confident were you?
No, I was confident Craig was going to splatter him.
Yeah.
Because
that was my one guaranteed banker. Yeah. I was like, bro, anyway, let's move on. I did that, you know, my videos like, Richard Hutchinson, let's move on to the next one. That's how.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro,
yeah.
And I was like, what am I saying?
I know. But he's been brought for the purse bids against Joshua Buatsi because Anthony Yarde is, you know, he's going through some things. So how do you see that fight going? Because from what I've heard, and Buatsi and Hutchinson, they've sparred quite a few times on the GB squad.
Okay.
And apparently,
go on.
Hutchinson always got the better.
Interesting.
Of the spars, even though sparring doesn't mean and the thing is, Buatsi doesn't actually spar good. I've heard.
Okay.
Because even Andre Sterling
got the better of him.
Yeah, because Andre Sterling was like, "No, remember, I'll punch you up in sparring." But then Buatsi actually fought him twice in the amateurs, stopped Andre Sterling one at a time, and gave him about 2 standing 8 counts in the second one. So that literally means sparring didn't mean nothing.
Yeah, Buatsi's almost a bit like, you know, like Allen Iverson, where he says, practice.
Yeah, he's a learner.
Practice.
I've seen Buatsi spar, but he looks like when he's sparring, that same monster that comes out in fight night, it's not there because he's more trying to learn things, like
work on things.
Learn things.
Yeah, Buatsi's a monster. He is that God-fearing guy that he knows he has to go to a place he doesn't want to go to hurt someone, but he will do it.
Like Holyfield.
Yeah, a bit like Holyfield. Like, I don't want to hurt you, but we're gonna have to hurt each other.
Yeah.
But Willie Hutchinson, but I have to be honest with you, shocked the hell out of me because all I saw in there, I was like, my God, this is Billy Joe Saunders. Honestly, I thought this is, and then I was next to Ben Davison, and Ben was like, "Yeah, him and Billy have sparred a bit." I was like, "I can see
he's
it."
He's a traveller as well,
He's
so he's got that Billy Joe,
that little
fury, the whole.
But them man have been boxing since they were 4 and 5.
Younger
than
that. That's what they do.
They was doing it, and the kids. They was doing it from the caravan.
Yeah, no, do it, and the dads will like put on gloves with them. Go on, you fight him, and whoever wins 50 quid. That kind of talk. That's what they've been doing. I feel sorry for Buatsi because look. Now he wants the Yarde fight, and now the fight's a fight that will set up the O2 Arena. It would make good money. Willie Hutchinson ain't that. No, now, you could have even make an argument that pay-per-view could have happened for Yarde and Buatsi. You could have made an argument. I don't think, but you could have made an argument. So all of a sudden now, the money just drops.
Yeah.
Because the yard money would have been lovely.
Yes.
And it's a fight where you win that, it's a world title fight next. So if I'm Boatsy, I'm not too keen on it, but I think Boatsy will punch him up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think, but Richards had points in there, but Richards got caught a couple of times, with big shots as well.
Yeah,
big shots, bro. I couldn't believe what was going on. So when he can punch a bit as well.
No, he can punch. The thing is, you see with Craig, Craig he reminds me of Carl Froch. Because he throws, he's the way his mechanical angles of punches is not textbook of how you would teach a child how to box. So they throw like punches like that. Also, they've got this mad chin where they're able to take shots, which is abnormal. Like even when you saw him against Boatsy, there was both. Oh, well, Boatsy's got a chin too, to be fair. Willie Hutchinson caught him sort of a lot of.
Willie just looked like a better mover.
Yeah, that's
just a better mover. It was very much like Eubank Jr. versus Billy Joe Saunders, their first fight. Yeah.
But I think if they was ever to run that back, that wouldn't happen again.
Yeah, but you know what? As much as I want to say that, because I'm here, I do feel like Willie is going to get fitter. Because I was speaking to Frank, and that boy does not live the life outside boxing at all.
I heard.
He does not live the life. And Frank even said it on air, live, like he needs to sort out his life outside. So I feel like he might get better. Like he might just think, I'm actually good at this thing and get better. Like you've almost like got to get him now.
He's never been a shit fighter, Willie. He's never been a shit fighter.
He hasn't, but we've never spoke about him as one of the top light heavies. The top light heavies has always been the same 6 or 7 people. Yeah, and now all of a sudden, Willie Hutchinson's a problem.
In the super middleweight days. He used to be with Eddie, didn't he?
No,
always with Frank.
Always Frank. Yeah, Frank took
never fought in an Eddie show?
Never.
Always.
Willie the Hutch train.
Nah, he was called Braveheart at first.
Yeah.
He's from Scotland, isn't it? So then moving on to talking about light heavy, So we're gonna get this rescheduled finally. Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbiev.
Bivol's my dude.
Bivol. You got the memorabilia.
Bro, that's the best piece of memorabilia ever.
Bivol, your guy, yeah?
Bivol's my guy. He gave me the jacket after the Canelo fight.
Yeah,
off his back. Took it off his back and gave it to me. Yeah. And it's like, so I've got it. It's being framed as we speak to go into my house. But I love Bivol. When you're around, it's the problem, I guess. When you're around fighters, you start to get a bit of a like for them. And so, you really want them to win. You want them to, the way I wanted Craig to win, you want them to win. And as a broadcaster, you're supposed to be kind of neutral. But I can't help but just love Dimitri Bivol. I can't help but love Dimitri. He comes up to me, he asks about life, he sits down before the interview. What's going on? Like I bought a watch and he was looking at my watch and said, "Oh, congratulations, you see, you have a nice watch." Dimitri! He did that. And I was like, "Oh, thanks, Dimitri." He's like, "No, you do a good job." And he's just like, nice guy, man. So you want him to win. So I was so happy when he stopped Malik Zinad because everyone's like, he doesn't punch and he needs to stop. But look, there's no two ways about it. Beterbiev's a monster.
Well, people say what? See, people say Bivol can't punch.
Yeah, people say he can't punch.
But no one's ever, you can't punch, walk through me then.
Yeah. If I can't punch, walk through me. Yeah.
Exactly. No one
because he's always he's on his toe. He never really sits down.
Yeah, you know what it is with him? How he does what he does. People don't concentrate on his feet. He's very
he's got the best foot.
In terms of like his feet, he waits for this front foot to be near your front foot before he starts punching every single time.
Interesting.
It's about foot placement.
Yeah.
He always waits for this front foot to be near your front foot.
And then you're fucked.
He will never, like see him.
You come into his danger zone.
Exactly.
Of that little square meter, good luck.
It's like them Brendan Ingalls circles.
Yes, those famous Brendan Ingalls circles. They were good when you watched them back in the day. Yeah. When you see Kel doing them, it was interesting.
Nassim, Johnny Nelson, Ryan Rhodes, Harold Graham.
Ryan Rhodes is one that always gets forgotten in this conversation.
Always. And it's so annoying because Spice Boy, he was a serious fighter.
Proper serious fighter, bro. Like he tried it with Canelo. He tried to
and he was old then.
Yes.
He was an old man.
I like the Spice Boy. But yeah, Beterbiev Bivol, it's funny because when I did their interviews, and I spoke to Beterbiev, bro, the size of this guy's hands, I could not believe what I was seeing. I was looking down, I kept looking at him. You look at someone, I was thinking, when I cut to 175, I look like a plank. You cut to 175, he still looks enormous. Like his hands. And he looks at Bivol like a kid because they were both in the same Russian team.
Yes.
But Bivol was a junior and Biterbe was the senior and the top senior. So I think he still has this thing about Bivol where he looks at him like, you were just a kid, a junior.
No, do you know what my other theory is? Because if you actually, people talk about Bivol's, great amateur career and stuff, but if you actually look at Bivol's amateur career, he dodged all the main tournaments. He never entered the World's Championships. He never entered the Olympics. Even in one of the tournaments, he was due to fight Alexander Voznik in the finals, and he pulled out, so Voznik won the title via a walkover.
Interesting.
So I always looked at that as a bit. Why did you dodge that and then turn pro? Why did you never enter the Worlds or the Olympics?
Because he clearly has the talent.
Of course.
Yeah, I see something. He's got some military tournaments and
Yeah,
stuff like
combat,
that.
military. But it was all these funny titles.
I wonder if there was a problem back then with the Russian Federation. I do wonder, because that federation kind of strange. I just wonder maybe there was some issue there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I think Beterbiev,
I asked him about that.
I don't want to offend him because I don't want to get.
He says people in Canada say it one way, America say it one way, UK. He says everything's correct, but he did say it's Beterbiev.
Yeah, Beterbiev.
Yeah,
Beterbiev. Yeah,
I say Beterbiev.
He doesn't see. Yeah, I'm not trying to get no problems. He sees him as like, I think he sees him a bit phony. Like,
okay, no,
I did this really, and you didn't.
Yeah.
So I think there's that element. Because look at that press conference. He's never spoke like that, where he's like, yeah, he knows. He knows.
Beterbiev was like, what do I know?
Yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And he's never spoke about like that about anybody before. So it's like he's got a little bee in his bonnet about this guy.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's a country thing as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever fought a fellow country.
No, and that's always a thing. I hate to say it, but when a brother sees a brother, there's always that thing for some reason. There's never the same energy if like a brother's fighting someone from a different demographic. Like for instance, Dillian White, he's never moving to man like when he's fighting a fellow Afro-Caribbean fighter, just like a Mexican fighting a Mexican. They start scrapping like Barrera Morales. They start scrapping in the middle of the. Yeah. It's just something going on, like
within your community.
Yeah, it's something going on.
That's so interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
there is, isn't it? There is that, isn't it?
So
There's
I think it's
more.
that element to it.
Yeah,
like I'm the.
I would love them to, because I ain't gonna lie, with those two, it's like it's so hard to get anything out of them because they're so respectful. Yes. I would love them to kick off with each other, but they won't. But they'll kick off in the ring. That will be the greatest fight we've seen in years. Yeah, I'm convinced it's going to be sensational. Sensational. Bivol versus Beterbiev. Yeah. Unbeaten, undisputed. Brother.
I can't wait.
Brother. It was a shame that it didn't happen on the 5 versus 5.
In a way, I'm happy it didn't, because
I think
5 versus 5.
Overlooked.
Yes, it got overlooked and I hated it. Everyone was talking about 5 versus 5. Yeah, and I realized why it was getting overlooked. In the end, I found out it's because DAZN didn't have the worldwide rights to Bivol Beterbiev because it was an ESPN top rank thing. So it's almost like they weren't pushing it because it wasn't going to be shown on DAZN worldwide, which I hate.
There was no promo video for it.
Nothing. No. Ooh, it's there.
Yeah, but they didn't release it.
Yeah, they didn't release it. No, they only released it like a few weeks out. And obviously a few weeks out, he got injured. Brother.
It's a man.
Brother.
Is it crazy, yeah?
Brother.
Is it better than Usyk Fury?
Yeah, that's not even the best one for me. What was the best one?
The poster alone, that looked mad.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones look.
Yeah, that was a mad thing. No, when it was like,
yeah, Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah, that looked scary.
Yeah, I think the best one was the 5 versus 5 was the best one.
Yeah,
that snatch kind of
that was
lock,
serious.
stock and barrel
that
thing.
Was serious.
And Fury and Garno. The others I wasn't too.
Yeah, because I like Frank and because Frank's
that guy, isn't he? Frank's the Rhodes.
No, but Frank is actually from the Rhodes.
He got shot in the head. He's from
the
Rhodes.
But he's remember he's cousins with Lenny McLean.
He's all that. Frank's
he
all
is. He was. Remember he was doing Fruit Machines, and we know Fruit Machines was the road thing back then with the Richardsons craze. Like he was on it. Like so, yeah, man, like shoulders.
Love it.
He was.
I love it. I like even sitting down and interviewing Frank now. I love it, man.
Yeah,
I love I know Frank's. Everyone says he's dodgy and all that. I don't, but just sitting down and talking to him, I love it.
You're Arsenal fan.
Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool.
Yeah, he's Arsenal.
No, you are know that. What talking about?
He's Arsenal in it, Frank. Yeah. But Frank sitting down with him, the way he respects you. All right, Ads, my son.
Yeah, he's old school, isn't he? Proper old school.
Proper old school.
Yeah,
proper.
Yeah, I rate him.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give also to guys people anyway who's aspiring people on YouTube, or people trying to get into the presenting world, but mainly like YouTube, you know, for instance, like us, we're a small channel right now, trying to build, we are.
Small channel. Look at your setup here. Small channel.
Yeah, we're up and coming.
By the way, guys, they got like 3 cameras. And they got like all these lights, Rode mics.
We're up and coming. We need
Rodecaster Pro.
Yeah, we're up and coming, but you know, we're a relatively small channel. So what advice would you give people like us and other aspiring channels?
You know, the only advice I can give is one that through my own journey. And my own journey, the start was be consistent. Like even think about this, like the YouTube in terms of monetary is obviously the lowest thing I do, but I still do a video every single day. Regardless of how busy I am, where I am, I will still get up. It's a routine now. I get up, I go gym, I come back, I do a video, I then jump in the shower as the video is uploading and then cook my... So I've got into this routine of always do a video. Because as a broadcaster, you know, they say like you get better at something when you do it 10,000 hours.
Yes.
So if you want to be a broadcaster, start a YouTube channel and let this be your viewing thing. Because you never know who's watching, number one. And you get better and you're able to make mistakes and allowed to make mistakes because it's your own YouTube channel. You don't worry about it being perfect because it's your YouTube channel. So for me, number one, start a YouTube channel. Like, forget the route of doing journalism degree and all that kind of stuff, because that route creates 100 of the same people.
Yes.
It's like plug and play. It's like the people that read Sky News. They're all the same. You can close your eyes and they all sound the same. A YouTube channel, you become your own person. Like, we all sound different. We're all YouTubers.
Yeah.
So you can be your own person. But you've got to be consistent. The amount of people that reached out and said, Ade, I want to do a YouTube channel, and I've helped them. And they'll do one video and it gets like 20 views, and then the next one will get 1,000. Then they're like, oh my God, I've made it. And then the next one gets 10, they stop.
Yeah, because it does get disheartening when you see.
Of course it does. You put a good
For instance,
content.
I'll give you an example. We did one with Tunde. That was our biggest viewing one. And then we did a couple after that. And it got like a couple hundred. And I was like, oh my God,
Yeah,
the
it's hard.
pain.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Because you're renting out the
It's
studio.
like, what? They ain't feeling bad no more. So
yeah.
you definitely...
It's difficult. That's why my thing, I'm happy you just mentioned that. My thing was I always, look, your thing's the guests, right? It's good to get guests.
Yes.
My thing was always, I want it to be about me, because I didn't want to do a big interview. Everyone's like, oh man, you get AJ on, because obviously the relationship. I was like, if I get AJ on, I know it's going to get 100,000 views, but then the next day when it's just me, it's going to get 10 views. So I thought, you know what, we're going to bring it up naturally with just me. So you're tuning in now for Ade.
Yes.
If I give you AJ as a bonus, you'll be like, what? AJ's on the channel. But you're really just tuning in for Ade in the green chair. And because I didn't want to rely on the guest. Because I even look at, for IFL TV is a good example. They have to get Tony Bellew, Eddie Hearn, AJ. If they don't get those guys then the numbers won't be as big.
Well, now you see Boxing King Media.
Boxing King Media is going in. You know what I mean? But don't remember, IFL's still the godfather of it all.
Yeah. For UK.
For UK,
Obviously, Ellie Setback is like the...
And look at Ellie Setback though. Look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Man's getting like a couple of hundred.
Yeah, I see he's the mad drop off, because that's why I see him proper bred in Brona when he was walking back to change.
I hated it. I
was like, that was embarrassing. Oh yeah, you look good, champ. I was like, oh,
stick riding stuff, innit? like Brona lost, and you looked okay.
I said Fury was on him one time. Fury was on that Ellie Setback for one time.
Nah, but you saw the way he was bum licking, and it was just so like embarrassing. I was like, this is big Ellie. You know?
So you guys have got to do what you continue to do. And anyone, you've almost, like with the green chair with me, I've always tried to keep it as real as possible. It's harder now because I work, and there's some things I want to say, and I'm like, it's difficult. But you guys are able to keep it as real as possible. So you've still got to keep that.
Keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck, because people will tune in for that. People want that. People are searching for that because they can't get it as much with me anymore, because I can't. And I want to. Yeah. Some of the dramas we've had, I really want to say stuff.
And by the way, don't be trying to call him company man and all that. Listen, man's got to eat. If you've heard the story, you see where he's come from.
Bruh.
Exactly.
So what, you want him to just throw that all away? To ham on the block of you, man? Yeah, man, kept it real, man.
They want you back in the hostels in Stratford.
Keeping it real in the barbers. You know? Like, come on.
I got things to do. I got to buy my mum a house in Nigeria. I got things to do.
A lot of people always talk about keeping it real until they're in position.
Until they're in their position of keeping it real.
Exactly.
And then you realize you can't keep it real.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't. And not only that, but sometimes, look, you see these boxers. You keep it real. These guys are fighters after all.
Yes.
Keep it real and let one of them roll up on you.
Yeah,
that's the worst.
Listen.
I want, like, boxers are the
They're the
most emotional athletes. You say something, and I don't know if this is because football, you're playing training regular.
Yeah.
So, obviously you're training regularly in a camp, but you have your phone a lot. So they see a lot. They see everything. Boxers.
They see everything. And they're
Footballers
fighters.
don't, but boxers
they're fighters,
see
and it's the
everything.
hardest sport in the world. So I kind of get it. I came out when I first started with an arrogant attitude, like, fuck these boxers. But then you realize this is a tough sport. You're getting punched in the face for real. So, you can get seriously hurt in there. And then there's man like me on the green chair saying, that man should have gone to the well in that 10th round. Now, why is he not doing they're probably watching thinking, this pussy.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard this shit is?
Do you know my throat was burning?
My throat is burning. The guy's punching me and I can't breathe and you're saying go dig a deep. So I've learned to respect them a bit more. So that's why I maybe don't go as harsh as I used to. Because it's tough out there.
Yeah, and you do see them at shows. I remember even at Crystal Palace, one fighter, he half tried to G-check, but
what fighter?
I'm not gonna name him. I'll
name
tell you
it?
after.
Yeah,
He half tried to G-check, so it's real out there. But
real,
me,
bro.
obviously, I'm just me, innit? I say what I say. I don't, and the thing is, because I'm an ex-fighter, I don't start doing all that. Oh, you're a bum. But I said, and it was something wasn't even to do with like boxing. It was something they said in an interview. Funny enough. Okay. But then obviously, we were shaking hands, smiling or whatever. But this person is actually a bit of a road brother, as you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So,
Hold on.
I'll tell you after. No, he was at the show, innit? Yeah, he was there. So,
and he pointed and said, "That's the brother." So yeah.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that brother.
Not that brother.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, this is a different one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an actual fighter.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that one was a fighter. It was a fighter.
He was a fighter.
Yeah, okay.
But no.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I had a few spats.
You mean active fighter?
Yeah, active fighter. I had a couple spats in Selhurst. Imagine my home ground.
You, boy.
Yeah. No. One we moved to them.
Okay.
The second one he wanted to move to me.
Oh, sorry. You're talking about this weekend.
Yeah.
That's when.
weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry. So I thought you was talking about Crystal Palace National Stadium. Sorry. So
No. Yeah. So it's real, man. You got to show some respect to these guys, and they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah. Because
But they are very emotional.
Yeah, boxers.
And what they've got to understand is like the ones that I do critique, I'm only critiquing them because I know they're good. Like, I'm not talking about the shit boxers. I'm talking about the ones that I feel like there is more.
Established.
Yeah, established. I can see more. I've seen more. So you can do more. I know. So I think Boatsi got a bit upset because I said something. I can't remember what I said about Boatsi. I can't remember. I'm a big Boatsi fan. But I know, like, I think maybe because I said, like, I expected Boatsi to be further afield in terms of having fought for a world title because everyone in and around him's done it. And I think he got upset. But I'm only saying that about Boatsi because I think he can.
Yeah.
If I didn't think he couldn't, I'd like, I think Boatsi can fight for a world title because I think he's that good and strong and just, so I think he wasn't happy. I remember he pulled me up on it when I was doing the face-off for Richard's Boatsi. He said, even Ade says something about me. And I was like, oh. I remember that. Yeah, I was like, shit. So I'm with you, brother. You're African. I'm with you on this one.
You see you, man.
See what I mean? We stay together.
No, but it's true. I keep it Caribbean.
Yeah,
so
you gotta do that sometimes.
it's all sporting and love.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move into. Do you have any more?
No, basically I just wanted to ask you, like, what are some of your most memorable athletes or personalities you've interviewed and why?
Memorable. I think interviewing Golovkin was a big one. There's not many bigger fans of Golovkin than me. So when I had to interview him for Golovkin Canelo 3, and obviously I know he's past his best by then, but just watching that man wreck people as he was coming up. And America never even really got to see the best of him because he was actually 34 when he even landed in America. So he's already really probably past his prime. But just this interview Golovkin, that's when I remember thinking, we've arrived. Like we've arrived like in Vegas, sitting down, all the cameras are on you, like, Ade, 5, 4. I'm like, Gennady Golovkin. And I was like, this is insane. So Golovkin was an incredible one. I think sitting down with Canelo, incredible. Like, I've been so, bruv, this journey crazy. Like it's,
but even Turkey Al Sheikh,
that was a big one because that one was the day of Joshua Ngannou presser. So DAZN kind of give me my list of, okay, Ade, like these are the interviews you're gonna do for us today. Blah 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 blah. And basically they give you a list of what I'm gonna do. So I remember I've done all my lists. I'm like, oh, it's a long day today. I had to do a lot of face-offs. I had to do Eddie interview, Frank interview, AJ interview, Ngannou interview, blah, blah, blah. It was about 15 things. And I've already gone to my agent and said, no, they're taking a piss. Because what DAZN had me on like a daily rate. And I'm like, they've tried to get everything out, like squeeze this fucking thing.
But
And I was like, so I remember complaining. And then in the end, they gave Darren Barker some of the interviews because I complained a little bit. And so right at the end of that, they're like, yeah, Ade, can you interview Turkey? I'm like, nah, you man are taking, no. I said, nah, come on, you guys are taking a piss. Like,
You're gone too far, man.
And then with Turkey as well, he's so like, it's when he's ready to interview. So if it's like, oh, interview at 6. If Turkey's like, I feel like at 6, you ain't interviewing at 6. You're interviewing at 8. When he's like, yeah, cool. So there's like, Ade, can you go to, please, he's asked for you to do it. Can you go to Park Lane? He's in the hotel, blah, blah, blah. So I get there and they're like, yeah, if he says this, say that, like stand up, like be quite respectful, da-da-da-da-da. And I remember I'm waiting in the floor 7, and I'm seeing so many people go in and out of rooms. So I must have said to the guy, Turkey's guy, like, brother, like, you got the whole floor? This is mad. He said, no, brother, we have the whole hotel.
flex.
I was like, that's the biggest flex ever. And the way he said it looks at me like, the floor? Brother, we have the whole hotel. Like, what floor?
You know what's going on?
And I was like, raw. So when I did the interview with Turkey, it was nice because, you know, language a little bit of a barrier, but his English is good enough. It was good. So that was a big one. But I've done everyone now. I feel like there isn't anyone. Conor McGregor, everyone.
You're not
Floyd and Mike are the two that I really want to do. Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson.
But if you do Floyd, you got to try and get him out of these pre-written answers because you know he winds me up.
He goes the other way.
Yeah,
he's got Muhammad Ali's the greatest.
You know, like I said before,
Floyd Mayweather doing like he just goes another way. But I don't know if that's that or that's brain down. I have no idea what that is.
No, I think what it is. I hate to say it, but a lot of these journalists and YouTube channel, they all ask generic questions. This is why I have to rate. Do you know who I need to interview someone like Floyd? October Red. Because he can't skirt out of it. The way, because she's going in a whole different direction.
She ain't playing.
Yeah, she's on something else. So it's because a lot of, even when I watch Big Up October Red. So even when I watch a lot of channels interviewing fighters from Fight Week, you can see the fighters are getting so bored.
Same question.
That's why they ask. They look. I see them looking at the train like, "Get me out of here!" Like I've answered this fight like 10 times. Even Eddie's answered. You see, they need water. It's just there's nothing stimulating their minds.
So it's boring.
And that's what.
I'm so happy you shouted out October Red there because shit. Like I've tried. Like it's funny because in this thing, someone asked me in Saudi Arabia the other day, "What's your thing?" And I said, "Oh, my thing's to get people through." And I feel like I've not helped her enough to come through. Like, if that makes sense. Because there's other people that have like done stuff with bass and others and whatever.
G-Man twice.
G-Man. Travis and KG. Others like, and October's the one because as a black female, bro, she is behind the 8 ball trying to get into this industry.
But you know what it is with that? It's all about timing. And God's timing is the best timing. So you saying that, she's already making waves doing what she's doing. So when you do what you need to do,
just need to help her.
And Base the Kid as well. He's good with his questions as well, which I think would be good for someone. But yeah, if you do Floyd, which I imagine you will do at some point, you've got to try and steer him off of them generic pre-written answers, man.
Yeah,
Google me.
And not only that, but he clearly asked the people. He clearly asked the people, "What are you going to ask me?" Like his team, what are you going to ask him? Is that 100? And they're so happy to get the interview. I'm going to ask. That's what it is with him. Yeah. So he might even be one way. You know, they say don't meet your heroes type thing. Yeah. It could be that with Floyd. Because I'd almost want to go for a walk with him. Because I feel like, you know, away from the lights of a studio, just to bring him out somewhere different.
You got to, take him back to Grand Rapids.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it's
there
about.
you go. Let's go back to Michigan. Go to Michigan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so I've done everyone, interviewed everyone. So, I don't know. Like,
no one stood out to you.
Golovkin.
You know who's probably the best? Fury. Fury's probably the best.
Tyson Fury.
Oh my God, bro. I don't care what anyone says, man. I know people dislike him, like him, whatever, but that guy, he gives you something in an interview all the time. Like he starts off with me especially, because the last interview we did, like his team came in and they were like, "Oh, Ade, Go on, I heard you're Usyk now, ain't ya? Yeah, bro. Swear to the God that made me. 30 of them walked in the room, and his manager Spencer Brown said it, and then Shane Fury's brother said it, and I think John might have said it. Oh, is it? You got Usyk? Because they've seen my prediction. I said Usyk's gonna win. And Fury's sitting there as they're saying this, and I'm like, "Fucking now we got like Fury knows I've got Usyk."
30 man.
Yes, so it's like, it was a bit like awkward, and so but then he just gets into it with you, and he gives you so much energy, and he'll give you a line, and he'll say something crazy. He is an interviewer's dream.
He's an entertainer, isn't he?
He's an entertainer, bro, through and through. Entertainer through and through. So he's definitely number one.
Yeah, I love that. All right, so we're gonna go into the penultimate round.
Okay.
It's a series of questions.
Yeah.
Have you seen this on the show? Be careful,
No,
be
go on.
ready.
Let's go.
I thought you said you watched the show.
Let's
Be
go.
on your
You know,
P's
no
and
one
Q's.
watches the YouTube video the whole way through.
Yeah, Don't say that. Don't say that. Everyone, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. You get the first 30 minutes
Stay
done with
with
Mouse.
us.
We know we said keep it real, but not that real.
Stay with us, people. Chill, chair. All right, hit that bell. Red corner or blue corner?
Red corner.
Left hook or straight right?
Left hook. Roy Jones, left
No one
hook.
pick straight right.
Yeah, no one. Left hook.
Everlast or fly?
Ooh. Everlast.
Cleo Rays or Grants?
Grants. Those gloves, them Grant gloves look different, you know.
No, I love them. If
They just look, and I know the family in America. They're always at events, and they're just beautiful.
yeah, I love them. Yeah.
Like Inui's one. Is Inui wear Grants?
Nah, he wears some different Japanese
Who
ones.
wears
Doesn't he
Grants?
wear winning?
No,
he
he's
wears
not
no,
winning.
because remember we was watching, we're like, what are those?
Yeah, he's wearing something else.
And they
It's
just
some
seem, they look
custom
so
thing.
tight on his wrist. It's almost like there's no padding in them.
Yeah, yeah. Rival or winning?
Rival.
Paffin Sports or RDX?
I don't even know what Paffin Sports is. So I'm gonna
Fury
ask.
gloves.
That's one Fury.
Is that what Fury is? Paffin Sports?
Yeah.
And Klitschko wore in their fight.
Yeah.
Fury,
Yeah,
Klitschko
man.
wore.
It's
Paffin.
just then RDX. I'm going RDX. I know them.
That's Lyndon Arthur.
Lyndon
gloves.
Arthur,
Yeah. Leon or Venom?
Venom.
For boots, Nike or Adidas?
Adidas.
Yeah, because that's what I wore in our era.
Did you?
Yeah, because obviously I was boxing back in the day. Nike boots weren't out them times. It's only Adidas you had.
Yeah, it's money because back in the day, no like sports company were getting into boxing boots like that.
It was only Adidas,
Yeah.
literally. Everlast or Lonsdale boots?
Lonsdale.
York Hall or Wembley Arena?
York Hall. Every single at Wembley Arena should be fucking knocked down, brother.
Yeah,
Trash.
It's not a good boxing.
It's just
arena,
not good,
innit?
bruv.
Yeah.
It's not good. York Hall, from them seats where you're up top, it's the best view of any boxing arena in the world.
Yeah.
So those seats up top are incredible, bro.
When you come there, make sure
You feel like you can jump over into it. It's amazing.
Wear a t-shirt early when you come.
Oh yeah, because you were sweat. Yeah.
sauna thing.
Yeah.
O2 or Copper Box?
O2 Copper Box should be knocked down as well. Them colour seats make me
they
sick.
colour-
I know, they're so mad.
Basketball.
Sick. Yeah, it's mad.
O2 Arena, when AJ fights at the O2,
Yeah,
nine beats it.
yeah, there's
Nine
nothing
beats
like
it.
it.
It's nine beats it.
Tupac or Biggie?
What kind of question is that? Tupac. What
Nah,
kind of?
And by the way,
Wait.
we're gonna just so we're gonna see who stays tuned, because I know the answer to this question. Name me. This is the answer, so you can win 2 tickets to Wembley show, which will be announced if you get this answer correct. Ade, look into the camera and let people know what is your favorite Tupac song.
Oh, brother, it's changed though. It changes daily.
The one I know, I thought it
It
was.
changes daily, brother. I feel bad now because someone might have watched this and it changes daily.
Nah,
But
okay.
I'm
It's
going by the one I
one's
think
sick.
I know.
The one, is it their mama?
Nah. No. Which one do you know? Which one have you said?
The one with the Jamaican woman on it.
Oh, Heavy in the Game.
Yeah.
I love that,
Hail
Heavy in the
Mary.
Game, I love.
Hail Mary.
And now,
Nah,
you know,
it's
it's
called
funny
Heavy in
because
the-
it's on the same album, Me Against the World.
Yeah.
But so the other song I like is actually on that album as well. But Heavy in the Game is, how did you, well, I've never said that to you though.
Come on, I watch things, man.
You've got cameras in your house.
We've
Right, I can't remember
you said
ever
it. You
saying
said
that.
it on your. You said it on.
That's definitely
You
top
said it on.
5.
You said it. You said. I
But
saw
you know-
you say
you know,
it.
I was
And
in
plus,
a-
we spoke about it.
Yeah.
Because I played it. No, you played it, and I was like, "Oh, you know about that tune?" Because obviously that's like a yard tune of
Yeah.
hip hop.
Yeah, bruv. You know, it's funny because I did, in Saudi, I did that podcast with Napoleon.
Yes.
Tupac Outlaw member. Outlaws. And I was like, this is crazy. I'm like, how's Napoleon? And he was telling me Tupac stories and everything. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest Tupac fan on planet Earth. If there's a bigger one, I need to see.
So the answer's heavy in the game, by the way.
Heavy
So
in the
let's see
game.
if someone, if you know that.
Yeah.
All right. Nas or Jay-Z?
Nas.
Thank you.
Nas.
All day long.
Don't you dare. Tore him on the ether.
Yes.
Tore him.
Drake or Kendrick?
What? They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Nah, I'm Kendrick. You know, I realized, I think there is see that side, I think it's Kendrick, Nas, Tupac, and it is Biggie, Jay-Z, Drake. I think there's the club songs and there's the more when you're depressed, smoking weed, have a drink song.
In your car riding.
Yeah.
I'm a Biggie fan, innit?
Nah, Biggie's incredible.
Biggie's more talented than Pac. Pac made some more influential tracks.
Yeah.
More
lyrical content.
No, not little. No,
it is.
No,
Biggie's not really talking.
No,
too
Biggie's
much.
lyrically better than Tupac.
Yes,
but the music Tupac has made affects you more. It's more. What's the word I'm looking for? This
timeless.
The English you was talking about. I need to learn.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, the better vernacular.
Yeah,
better vernacular. Look at this guy. He used that word twice. He loves that word, you know.
Do you know what? I'll tell you a secret.
He's got in his
No,
dictionary.
it's not. My vocabulary is unlimited. The reason why is because as a child, my brother, he was like always like academic smart one. And what he used to do, he used to read the dictionary and thesaurus. And then when we'd argue, he would frustrate me with using all these big words. So now I just started reading it. And that's how I started developing my vocabulary.
No, it's funny because I had Tupac posts all over my wall. Yeah. My mum used to talk about this is why you have tattoo because of this guy, blah, 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 blah. I was like, mom, it's not this. But then I used to like his gangster stuff. Like, you know, I would hit him up. Then when I got older, and I remember saying this to Napoleon, his guy, when I got older, I was like, I started listening to the other stuff. And I was like, how's this guy saying this at 22, 23?
It's weird when you think how young he was.
Yeah.
Like even
he looks older.
Yeah.
He actually look.
But when you look at guys back then, even Martin Luther King, I didn't realize he was in his 30s when he died. He looks like a man like
stress, pressure.
Then he looks like a man late 40s.
Keep going.
So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. His music is more relatable. Tupac to people, you know, in certain demographic areas.
No, Biggie's is relatable, but
Biggie's is relatable, but thing goes deeper. He's talking about, you know,
he
goes deep, man.
Yeah.
He goes deep.
Bryson Tiller or Brent Faiyaz?
Say again?
Bryson Tiller or Brent Faiyaz?
Ooh. At the moment, I'm feeling Brent Faiyaz at the moment.
Yeah.
Future or French Montana?
I was going to say neither, you know, really. Future.
Yeah, I'll say Future.
Yeah, Future.
50 Cent or P. Diddy?
What kind of thing is this?
I'm just making sure you're still awake. I'm making sure you're still awake, brother. That's all it is. I'm making sure you're still awake.
Bro, 50 Cent is a vicious human being on Instagram. You follow him on Instagram? Yeah, he buries anybody. Yeah. Anyone gets in his way, he destroys you.
Anybody can.
No, but it's not, people need to start, it's not like, it's more, he's got a lot of backstories with the Diddy one that he's going so ham in Diddy.
Yeah.
That's more personal.
That's personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's personal. I love 50 Cent.
Skeng or Skillibeng?
Skillibeng.
Massacre or Alkaline?
Massacre.
Yeah. Vibes Cartel or Movado?
Ooh, you're going there, rude boy. Yeah. Vibes.
Gali or
Vibes
Gaza?
out now, isn't it?
He's coming out any day soon. Beanie Man or Bounty Killer?
Look into my eye. Tell me what you see. Can you see my face? Am I your enemy? Give us a better place. Things are really scarce. The only friend I have is this dog I have. I'm going bouncy all day. I know a lot of people are going to go Beanie.
Yeah.
But that look into my eye track.
Yeah, serious.
What? I want to play it on the way home.
Yeah. Steph London or Jada Kingdom?
Oh, them beefing, innit? Steph London.
Shensia or Spice?
What, the Ice Spice girl?
No,
Spice?
Spice, the one with blue hair.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, she's not prominent.
No. Come on.
Right, well, you're gonna go Shensia then. All right, Burna Boy or Wizkid?
Ooh. This is you know, it's mad that you've sung Burna Boy and Wizkid, not Davido or Wizkid. It's mad that you've done that. Wiz is the original. Burna Boy might be the hot rap, but Wiz is the guy.
The reason why I wasn't going to say Davido is because he's kind of fell off. Like,
No way.
what's the last big song he did?
Never.
I don't know that song.
On Nerve, look, I didn't even go. I'm on Nerve, little boy.
Yeah,
that song.
it's a big song right now, yeah.
Is it right now?
Big track. What, in the last year anyway?
Yeah,
it's a big track.
and Chris Brown jumped in the ring. No, he ain't fell off, trust me.
No. I went to his concert, MSG.
Yeah, and it was Ram,
2 months ago, rammed. Madison Square Garden, 2 months ago.
No way, David just fell off.
How dare you?
I'm not as
insult
into it like
Nigeria boy like this.
Yeah. So it's the Yardie talking.
Oh, here we go. Stop your bubble.
I had a lot of that when I was in secondary.
Bro, that shit started war, you know.
That was a serious thing in the night.
Hey, Jesus.
No, you guys were configured by the, let me not talk.
Here we go.
Pods just changed.
I know, it's all changed.
Now you want to be African. Now you're claiming you're African.
Listen, Marcus Garvey was always Pan-African.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course now.
Thames or Tiwa Savage?
Thames. I like Thames.
A lot, mate.
See the posters there? Ali or Tyson?
What are we doing? What are we doing? What kind of question is this?
It's
Muhammad Ali. Oh, bruv, this guy, yeah. It's mad. Like, so, I don't. Muhammad Ali is just the greatest of everything. Not even the greatest of everything for me.
Yeah.
The way he spoke, his delivery, his attitude, his willingness, his power to step up against the authorities trying to send him to war. His comeback, Rumble in the Jungle. Oh, George, you getting tired? This is the wrong place to get tired. Muhammad Ali is just the greatest.
He's a bad man still.
The greatest.
Jack Johnson or Joe Lewis?
Jack Johnson.
Ray Robinson or Ray Leonard for the Sugar Men?
You know what? Ray Leonard. I understand historians will say Ray Robinson. Ray Leonard for me.
I say Ray Leonard.
Show Ray Leonard for me.
Because when I see them, the thing is, people say Ray Robinson. I know a lot of them ain't seen him fight because there's not even much footage.
People do
YouTube.
that, don't they? That's what they do.
When I've seen Sugar Ray Leonard, sorry, they say Ray Robinson, then they ain't even much footage of him. But Ray Leonard, when you see the moves he's doing, it's a different kind of
that era.
Well,
era.
Maybe because he pays big homage to Ray Robinson, and he said he had to go and ask him for
but don't say it when you ain't seen it.
Yeah, they have to go and ask permission to use
agreed.
his name and whatever. Yeah.
Michael Buffer or Jimmy Lennon Jr.?
Buffer. You know what it is, yeah? Even the other day at the 5 versus 5, and Buffer's not that guy anymore. Even at the Fury Usyk. But and he's obviously he's 10% of what he was. But once he says that, let's get bruv, it's insane still. And as a fighter, I'm thinking, they want Buffer. The fighters want Buffer. They all want Buffer. Jimmy's so good though.
No, Jimmy's my guy.
Jimmy's insane.
I picked Jimmy.
And you see at Munguia Canelo, he couldn't say it. So he said, it's prime time. And I was like, oh no. He's not even got the show. He didn't even trademark it. He can't even say it.
Yeah.
It's killed him.
Right, now he says, it's time.
Mills Lane or Steve Willis?
Steve Willis, bro. Come on. The eye.
Hundreds.
Better Biev or Bivol?
Bivol.
Sebastian Fundora or Errol Spence?
That's a mad. The height difference is crazy.
You know what? Yeah, I think Fundora could get him. I think Fundora could get to him. I remember how Fundora best up Erickson Lubin, and he rearranged Lubin's face.
Yeah, I remember that.
I know we got stopped,
fact.
but
But Lubin Errol Spence ain't no Lubin though.
That's true.
Yeah, but what's Errol now though?
Yeah, exactly.
What's Errol now after the accident? Not just the beating, the accident, everything.
And lifestyle.
Even the way he talks is slowed down. The way he talks is weird as well. Errol.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the teeth though.
Yeah, it might be. Canelo or David Benavidez?
Oh, bro, Benavidez.
Come on,
Bad murder.
Benavidez will hunt him down.
That's my nephew right there. Yeah. Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez?
The takeover. Tio.
Only pugilists will like that.
Yeah, the takeover.
Shakur Stevenson or Tank Davis?
Shakur.
Crispin
You say you got Shakur beating Tank?
Yeah. I really, yeah.
Crispin Smith.
Without don't put money on it, people.
Crispin Smith or Zerda Ramirez?
I thought he was going to go with someone else there for a second.
Oh, you thought I was going to go with the obvious?
Yeah.
Nah, make it interesting.
I've ruled up, I'm going to say CBS. The only reason why, I've gone against him twice. And this guy there's got to be a point where I say, maybe this guy is all right. Because I've gone against him with a Coley and Riakporhe. Like, I never thought he would come out on top on both of these dudes. So maybe you got to start sticking with him. Maybe sometimes you got to go with that guy. So I'm going to go CBS.
Boatsi or Willie Hutchinson?
Boatsi.
AJ or Dubois?
AJ.
Coley or Dillian White?
Trying to get man in trouble.
Oh,
Trying to get man in trouble. Akoli. I think Akoli could do him, you know. I think Akoli could do him.
They sparred.
They sparred.
He put out.
Listen, Ade, I see you in Argos. I see you in Argos there. I
think Akoli could do him, you know.
They sparred and he put that post up saying slapping up your favourite heavyweight. So
yeah.
Shadesha Green or Savannah Marshall?
Oh, Savannah good, you know.
Yeah.
Savannah good. Yeah, Savannah.
Caroline Dubois or Ferreira? That's serious.
Now, they fought right now.
Yes.
Right now.
Next fight, each.
Oh, bruv. I ain't got a clue. That's a tough one. But what are you asking me that one for?
This part of the penultimate round.
I think if it's right now, I think Caroline Dubois in a year would murder everyone. But right now, yeah.
All right. BMW or Mercedes?
Merc.
Audi or Lexus?
Audi.
Rolls Royce or Bentley?
Rolls.
Daytona or Sky Dweller?
Sky Dweller.
Pepsi
Got
or
both.
Hulk?
I'm joking. Pepsi.
Wimbledon or chocolate?
You know, I love the people that are watching know what we're doing here. This is amazing. Chocolate. This is for the streets. Yeah.
AP or Patek, Philippe?
Patek.
Hubo or Chopard?
Hublo's done now.
Yeah.
Hublo's done, bruv. So someone was trying to sell me a big bang.
Someone's trying to still wear it.
You know, you're right, you know. It's done on the streets.
It's done for us.
It's done on the streets. But Mbappe wears it. He's sponsored by it. Real watch, but still wear it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's done. Someone was trying to shop one for me for 4 bags.
Hublot, and I was like, well, he's still wearing this. This is you young boys.
Yeah, you are just fat. Remember we used to wear Von Dutch hats?
But that was a yardie thing, though.
Von Dutch.
Yeah.
We just vanished from them. As soon as they're not cool anymore. Okay, shit.
Ibisu.
Yeah. Oh my God. They're coming back, you know.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Because they're baggy. Remember like back in the baggy
because everyone's wearing the flare thing now.
Yeah, they're baggy.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Dark skin or light skin?
Dark skin. Give my dark skin sisters every day.
Queens, I like
Queens.
Come on. Looks or personality?
Stop lying, looks.
Keep it up.
Stop lying. Don't keep that on buck 100. Stop lying. It was a personality nonsense.
Slimline or curvy thick?
This is an interesting one, yeah, because normally it's curvy thick.
Half.
Yeah, I need a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because how thick are we talking?
What's her name?
Give me a thick option.
No. What's her name? The one, the Canadian brother.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
So that's
So what's that? Is that thick?
Yeah, that's thick.
No, I need
Can't be slimline.
No, I can't. That definitely is slimline. I need a little slimmer than that. I'm starting to see them kind of model chicks now. I'm starting to see them, bro.
Okay.
Man are in them circles now, you know what I mean?
Them Richard React chicks, yeah.
Okay, so example. See, like Maya Jama's slimmer than Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
See, give me that shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stormzy, don't. Yeah,
Stormzy,
I understand. I like you.
All right, natural or surgery?
Natural all day long. I'm done with this fucking BBL. It makes me
So he's
sick.
talking like he's run through.
It makes me sick.
Yeah.
Because it's just getting stupid.
No,
now.
there's
getting
definitely an epidemic on
There's an
BBLs.
epidemic.
Yeah.
There's an epidemic.
Come on.
They're doing everything. They're doing their teeth. They're doing their breath. Everything.
the
Like,
lip
what's
thing
going
is
on?
just dumb,
The
man.
lip.
Yeah, it's just silly.
Like all we had back in the day was weave. So we had to deal with weave, and now it's literally everything.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Fake calves, everything.
Everything. People doing fake calves.
Yeah, man, them doing fake calves, fake abs.
I'm gonna have to jump on the fake calves thing.
Garage or house?
Garage. I grew up when it was DJ EZ. I grew up the garage. Yeah.
Drum and bass or jungle?
Ooh. Jungle.
Yeah.
Jungle. Wicked. Jungle is massive. Oh my God.
Come on, that's a big tune.
If there's a rave and I'll go now.
Yeah.
If someone says there's a rave and
we're going
play,
right now.
They said, listen, I'm there right now.
Yeah. R&B or hip hop?
See, the answer is hip hop, yeah. But 90s R&B was beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Nothing like it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But I'm a hip hop head, but That's a 50-50 one for me. Because R&B, like Mary J. Blige songs back in the day, I know he's incarcerated, but R. Kelly, don't stop.
Bro, I still listen to R. Kelly now.
You know
I don't care.
Some of the Usher tracks back in the day,
His music ain't done nothing to
SWV.
me.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God, it's beautiful, beautiful era.
You got to separate the artist from the crimes.
Fact.
Slow jams or New Jack Swing?
Give me that slow. Oh, actually, you know, the new oh, see, I jumped too quick. But give me slow jams. Slow jams, bro. Ooh.
Dancehall or Afrobeat?
Joe the C back in the day.
Yeah. H-Town.
You know what? This one's controversial, what you just asked there. Dancehall or Afrobeats. Because I do feel like Afrobeats have taken from dancehall a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that sound...
So you think a lot is derived from...
I think a lot is derived from Afrobeats. I think if Afrobeat
like
artist is
reggaeton.
honest, they'll say it. Afrobeats though.
All right.
Afrobeats. I've got
Yeah,
what am I going to
trust
do?
me.
I want to go back to
would've
Nigeria.
stopped talking
What am
to
I
you.
going to do?
I
I
would've
can say Jamaican music. I should say Jamaican music better than Nigerian music.
He's answered with his head, not his heart. Not his heart. His heart.
Saying politically correct.
Yeah.
yeah.
Reggae or revival?
You know, I might have to go revival.
Yeah,
I might have to, you know, because sometimes you listen to a revival, or you go to my friend's house, you got the rare nephew out, got a nice bit of rum, and his mum's got revival in the back, and it's just so nice, and the barbecue's moving. Revival.
Yeah. All right. Where are we gonna go from there?
Listen, I like this or this. I'm gonna have to use this. It's still this with the
Come on.
inboxes.
Come on. Oh, where are we gonna go? Oxtail or peppered steak?
Oxtail.
Curry goat or curry chicken?
My friend, these are tough questions. Curry goat.
Jerk
Without all the nonsense stuff, like I don't want the fat.
Yeah. Jerk chicken or brown stew chicken?
Brown stew chicken, brother.
Very long.
Brown stew chicken.
When it's made right,
When
though.
it's made correctly, yeah. Brown stew chicken with a fried dumpling, with a nice fried dumpling. Oh my
See, that
Lord.
was my meal in school. It was a £1 dumpling and you get a bit of brown stew chicken.
Brother.
Yeah, that was my
I used
meal.
to get the dumpling with curry goat sauce in a container. I used to get when
Yeah,
I used to go to
that-
veg playground. I used to go,
Brother, that
coming
meal
up.
there, yeah.
yeah.
I've got a few shops. That I know do it right. Yeah.
Hardo bread or agege bread?
Man's asking proper African versus West Indian questions here. Agege bread.
I actually will go with that as well.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Sometimes the hardo bread, sometimes it's almost a bit too much. Like one slice and I'm...
Yeah, you
The agege bread's a bit softer sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Beef patty or meat pie?
I'm gonna keep her a buck.
It's got to be the beef patty.
Patty doesn't come close to meat pie.
What, you think the meat pie's better?
Every show, you admitting it. Don't try it. He's trying to because I didn't
You
hear.
know the problem is the meat pie is the pastry's too much,
Nah,
innit? And then you
bro,
open it up
they're
and there's
giving
no
you 10% meat.
10% meat. You go there's like that meat and there's a big old pastry. So beef patty all day in that one.
Rice and peas or jollof?
Jollof all day, bro. You know why? And I think someone said this actually. Get said this. You can't eat rice and peas by itself. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't just eat rice and peas. Jollof, you can eat jollof with nothing.
But you can eat egg fried rice on its own as well.
Yeah.
But you can't eat rice and peas.
You can't eat rice and peas by itself. Like without no stew, nothing. It needs something.
No, you physically can.
You can,
Yeah,
but your mouth will be so dry, you're going to have a whole bottle of water. So it's for me, jollof rice.
All right.
I was waiting for that jollof rice question to come.
Yeah. Rare nephew or Appletons?
Appletons. Sometimes Ray Nephew a bit too strong. That was a 65, 70. What is it?
Well,
No,
63.
62.5.
62. Yeah,
Same
Appletons
as
nice.
this. What's this?
Yeah, it's the same as this.
Appleton
Big up, Rabba.
sometimes is a nice 40% for me.
63.
63.
Yes.
No, but Ray's 63.5.
Yeah, Appleton. See, Appleton's like 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It's a light work, yeah.
Where was it? Fanta or Sprite?
Fanta.
Palm nut soup or peanut soup?
Peanut soup. I do like peanut soup. Yeah, peanut soup, nice.
Tilapia or croaker?
Tilapia.
Ogbono or egusi?
Yeah, egusi. Give me that. And just,
Pounded yam, eba or amala?
Amala.
Amala.
Yeah, who is it? Dan Aziz was bunning me the way I pronounce it.
Yeah, Amala.
Yeah.
So what do you say? Pounded jam, eba. You know the thing is, every time I go to Nigeria, I always go for eba, and everyone laughs because it's considered quite a poorer.
Yeah, poor me.
I like
I
eba
prefer
with
eba.
egusi.
Yeah,
That's my
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
me.
but that's what goes with it.
That's what goes with it, yeah.
Goes
That's
with
yeah.
Eba.
Yeah.
But
No, but I go with Eba with Ogbono, sorry.
yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I go Eba with
Ogbono.
egusi.
No,
Yeah,
Eba
I
And
eat
with
Eba
fish
egusi.
and stew.
because I like the
You eat Eba?
No, I've stopped.
yeah.
No, you
No,
eat.
yeah, he eats. Yeah, he eats. He's not.
Yeah, I'm Pan-African, man.
Caribbeans that
I'm
diss our
Pan-African,
food,
man.
then-
Oh, you're African, yeah?
I'm Pan-African.
I've taken a couple Caribbeans.
Marcus Garvey.
I've taken a couple Caribbeans to 805 and they don't eat. They'll say they're not eating.
Nah, that's not dead shit.
Oh yeah, I know your name. His name is Craig Richards.
Get that
But
food.
my
That food make you
go-to
hard
is
strong.
amala though. I don't.
Yeah, amala's just nice.
because
Yeah,
it's the healthiest out of the three.
yeah, it's so light as well. So light.
Evian or Volvic?
Evian.
Voss or Fiji?
Fiji.
Labour, Conservative, Reform, or Liberal Democrat?
You know, I've just been born up on Labour. My mum, everything's Labour. You know, like, Labour will help us. They help us or they help us. But I've realised as you get a bit of money, you start looking at the policies. Conservative might be looking good
and
for you.
Reform
know.
is looking good for me.
There you go,
because
see?
it's all about the nuclear family and marriage tax breaks.
See? And we never looked at that kind of stuff. Our parents didn't either.
No.
They just automatically went Labour.
Yes.
But now when I start looking at it, I might have to, you know, but right now it still could be
I
Labour.
can't believe I'm thinking of.
I can't think of
voting
being
for
a
Nigel
conservative.
Farage.
Is that why you got blue cups there? I thought it was a red cup thing. That's what you're doing.
I like that. Come on. All right. PDP or LP or NNPP, so which is the Nigerian government, People's Democratic Party, Labour Party, or New Nigeria People's Party.
PDP.
PDP, yeah. Okay. Cool.
With no conviction. 'Cause
DJ
no one
EZ
helps. No one helps Nigeria.
or Black Coffee.
DJ EZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, DJ EZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucozade or Wow Hydrate.
Lucozade, the original. Remember that original
It's not this
Lucozade?
stuff they're selling now.
Nando's or Roosters.
Nando's back in the day. Nando's back in the day.
Yeah. Pier 1 or LA Lounge.
Got more enjoyment and joy out of Pier 1.
Okay.
Pier 1, yeah. Man, that's some fun at Pier 1. Back in the day. Is it still even running, Pier 1? I might have to
No,
go.
they closed because there was Eden now, just down there now.
Oh, so Pier 1's closed?
Yeah, it's
Closed,
closed.
done.
Eden Dunham, like that?
Yeah.
Wow. I went Eden on Friday.
Okay.
I went there on Friday. Yeah, I thought let's just go there.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, so that's a new thing.
To get in was like an airport.
Yeah.
The security to get in was like, I had to go through some scanning thing. But at least you know you're safe
It's
in
good,
there.
yeah, that's what I'd say. You know,
Big
you're
up
safe in there.
my guys down there, Darren, and a couple of them. I know a couple of
Yeah,
them.
no, it's good,
there.
man. I reached out and they got me a little table. I enjoyed it.
Yep. And then last one, city life or countryside.
I think city life will keep me on my toes enough. Like, there's something about the hustle and bustle of London, the fast pace of it, which will make you stay on your toes. I think I'm still too young to say countryside because there's still them M's to be made.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There you have it. That's the penultimate round. So yes, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Been a pleasure.
It's
Been fun. I
Big
enjoyed
ups.
this. This has been fun, you know.
Yeah.
I could do this more often, you know. If you need like a
I'm
third
You'll
seat.
be back.
I'm
You'll be
glad
back.
you-
Don't worry.
Yeah, you'll be back.
When
I'm
you
glad
get
you
your
came on.
more accolades and don't forget
I
us.
have to win more accolades to come back.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes, I'm Nigerian. Yes.
Oh my God.
And we shall win some.
Yes,
in Jesus'
exactly.
name, we shall
Come
win
on.
something.
Exactly.
So let everybody know where to follow you on social medias for those who might not.
Yes, if you follow me on Instagram, it says Ade Oladipo, not Po, Oladipo. Same name on YouTube, Ade Oladipo, and same name on Twitter. So I kept it simple. I had to change all those just to make it simple. I used to have different names for all of them. So it's just Ade Oladipo across all social media platforms.
Beautiful.
And you can find us on Instagram, YouTube at Fight Fan TV Live, on TikTok at Fight Fan TV Live. You can find myself also on Instagram at Danny Glover _EST, and also on Twitter at Danny Glover FFTV. You can find Lex.
You can follow me on Instagram. That's the only social media I have.
Good.
At LexOBem. And yeah, feel free to message me anytime.
And please make sure that you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel Fight Fan TV Live. Shout out to the sponsor, Treasure Boxing Club, Ashley Fearfane.
Pick up Ashley Fearpain.
And there you have it. It's another episode of The Neutral Corner. it's Danny Glover, it's Big Lex, and today we've been joined by our special guest, Ade Oladipo. And remember, guys, persistence beats resistance. You know where it is. Haha. Let everyone do your outro.
Yeah, I can't beat that. That's a good outro.
The one you always do on your show.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What do I do on my show?
Peace and love, man.
Oh, yes. You watch this more than I do. What's my show? All right, guys, peace and love.